welcome to the show, and what a complete load of shit we've got for you tonight.
I used to laugh the idea of a woman prime minister.
John, you can ask me questions if you give me notice.
There's no time necessarily for manners.
Doesn't give my opponents much time to run.
I'm responsible for introducing the concept of MMP by accident.
They hate us. You know, they hate the system.
I used to call the old culture the concrete playground.
Poets in this country have always been the smart ones.
I've been performing since I was born.
I can smell the uranium on it as you lean closer.
No mai hara mai te whānau ki Aotearoa I tēnei pō, ko Magenta tōku ingoa.
And ko Detective Rogers, or should I say Gaysier Rogers? I'm owning that now.
Honestly, it's great. I love it. As someone who literally comes from a place full of gay seers, I approve. So, nah, I love it. I love it. Kia ora, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Apologies for the slight delay due to technical difficulties. Had to turn it off and on again.
It wasn't technical difficulties, it was just playing it safe, because I had the thing open.
Yeah.
It showed me frames were dropping whilst we were just sitting there, and I'm like, okay, better safe than sorry. I'll do a reboot. Didn't realize there were fucking updates waiting for me, so it prolonged it just a little bit. So unfortunately, but here we are.
Yay. Don't mind me, I just had something random in my hair that I only just noticed when we went live. But yeah, kia ora everyone. Thank you for joining us. I see you're all settling in quite well.
A little bit of a makeup show for missing last Monday. Sorry about that, guys. I was going to do a solo show, then I can't remember what happened. What did happen? I think I was just crashing out. I was just like,
Yeah. Well, I also needed to go to Kahurangi Kata's meme submission party. So that's
true. Yeah.
What I needed to do on Monday. I'm really glad though that I did actually take Monday off and go do it, because it's always good time spending time with fellow greenies. Actually, I'll do a quick screen share.
Okay.
And I could show you guys a photo from the event. Because it wasn't a huge turn up, as often happens at these types of events. It can be very hit and miss. But we unfortunately, Kahu was not able to join us, but we were joined by my favorite, the good old Fernando, and obviously Karen O'Leary. And then you can see us. Oh, that's Biblio next to me. So you know what he looks like. And those are my Green Party whānau. We had a great time. Lots of good kōrero, really interesting. A lot of people were there for different reasons. So it's kind of good chance to get to like talk about different aspects of things, kind of just have a good time. A few snacks.
All right, how's the rest of your week?
Pretty good. Well, the next day I had Chloe Swarbrick was speaking at a Fabian Society event, and they were talking about economics. So yeah, I went to that on Tuesday night, which was again awesome, because it's always good to hear Chloe speak. Some really productive conversations. Even some very like hard questions. But yeah, and then Wednesday I went and did my good old quiz night. Got to win a jug of beer, which I don't drink, but it's fine. There's always someone else around who will happily drink the beer for
I
me,
would have drunk
so.
your beer.
Yeah, no. I mean, the beer always gets drunk. Let's just put it that way.
Sounds like a euphemism. I'll drink your beer.
I mean, it could be. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I remember. So I was gonna. I've been working on a little project about New Zealand First and Winston Peters that I was going to try and that was going to be like the main thing I was going to show to you guys last Monday. I got very behind, partly because of work, partly because of other things, and let's just say it's gotten away from me in terms of it's already massive, so I don't think it's coming out. I kept saying, I was like, oh, maybe I can get out the next day, but other events throughout the week have kept me distracted.
That happens.
Emotional events.
Yeah, and I mean, to be fair, I think from the sounds of it would be quite a fun kind of big show that we just kind of dedicate to that one topic, because sometimes it is good to just spend a good amount of time going on in into the weeds.
I'm not sure if it's even going to be a show.
Well, sorry, I mean show as in terms of like whether it's a pre-recorded, whether it's live.
I think I might. No, I think I might just do a solo thing because I think I might upload it because I'm sort of actually going to start uploading to my actual channel. I've been getting rid of the videos there. I've been putting them over to another channel called Roger's Video Hole.
Well, you can also collab with channels now.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. I was just going to collab it with this channel.
Yeah. That'll be fun.
That's my plan long term, but it might be a long time. It might be a few weeks away. But I got a couple other ones. I got one about Luxon and whether or not he's evangelical. I got one about political theory in general. A lot of things on the back burner. So there will be things.
We may actually have to discuss our luck because I've got a Luxon deep dive that I'm doing too.
Oh, okay.
So maybe we'll have to collaborate on some of those things or double check. Maybe you might have some stuff that I don't. I might have some stuff that you don't.
Thank you. It is an amazing name, isn't it? Roger's Video Hole.
Also, I see Magnetic Tuatara. You might have forgot about pizza and politics, but on Saturday, they are having their meme bill submission party in Christchurch. I believe it's from 4 p.m. I cannot remember the location, but if you just look up Christchurch meme submission party, you'll find it. It's on Kahu's socials as well. So feel free to go down to that one. There's also Whakataki Times is going to be there, like the Whakataki Times, like as in the meme page. You like we've looked at heaps of them.
Have we? Okay.
Yeah, like they're the ones who made the jokes about like Luxon being the fucking sausage guy.
Oh, okay.
And like heaps of good memes. I've put a lot of their memes out over the past year or so because they're just so good.
Clearly not up to date with all my meme lord.
Yes, I am the meme lord on this channel.
You are now the meme lord, yeah.
I've always been the meme lord.
You've always been the meme lord.
Speaking of, actually, put my screen back on, please, sir. Okay. Because we were on 7 days.
Is that Mr. Paul Ego?
Yeah, but just watch this.
Jeremy, I'm so honoured to be the captain of Team Aotearoa tonight, and we're going to kick the world's ass.
I know, that was literally my face when I was watching. I was like, "Eh?" And then I remembered, obviously, it's New Zealand versus the world. He's a G and using the Māori name, and I was like, "Fuck."
That's our unregistered trademark.
Right? Maybe we need. Well, that's the thing is, I almost feel like we could, if we ever do an update of the intro video. This is probably a good good thing to potentially add in because
put a little TM beside it.
That would be funny. Yeah. But no, yeah, I saw that and I was like, I've got to bloody share this. That's too funny. And I guess before we jump into the news fully, guess what, guys? We're wearing matching outfits. Yeah. And this was a total accident. We did not plan this. But we're adorable and I needed everyone to know that.
I'm regretting wearing the sweater that was getting a little hot.
Whoa. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe I'm just
must nervous. Be nice living in a place that's warm. To be fair, really, I mean, Wellington's cold. My house is also particularly cold. Like we've got those stupid old, like really super tall roofs, so the rooms are a lot harder to heat up. So much fucking space up there, especially for someone as short as myself.
But yeah, we probably shouldn't dilly-dally too much longer. But I'm a bit of an outsider looking in this week because you've done a lot of the prep work.
Yes.
This week because I was too down in the dumps. I know
it's teamwork. When when I'm busy, you carry the team. When you're busy, I can carry the team. It's a team effort. Exactly. So
but I'm feeling good now, guys. Don't worry. It all ended up fine. It's all peachy.
It all worked out.
It was just stresses were high for a couple of days. So
yeah, no, to be fair, I didn't exactly have the best weekend myself. I had a few let's just say I ended up on Twitter. And I don't really want to talk about it.
Oh, no.
Fuck Twitter.
Oh, well, actually, here's something I can highlight, actually. You know who ended up not on Twitter?
Who? No, I think I know what you're about to reference because I think I reposted it on Blue Sky.
Here it is right there under the current one.
when it comes now. Ooh, look at that. I was on time. Oh, wrong screen.
Uh-oh, wrong screen.
You did mine, not yours. Oh, did you link it in the chat?
Yeah, I linked it in the chat.
Oh, there we go. I see.
Yeah, I was
Sorry.
getting you to open it.
Oh, my bad. I was not aware.
What happened
I
to
thought you, well,
teamwork?
because you took me off the screen. I thought you were going to do it. But yes, I did see this.
Lloyd Burr's gone. Apparently, he was getting pressed on what was apparently said within that room, and he completely yeeted his Twitter account. So.
Yeah, no, I did see that actually just before the show, and I just thought
I had a hair on my tongue.
it is interesting. I have seen a few people talking about it, and I think Pat might have mentioned a little bit too. Is that all of this emphasis has been on the brown woman's part of this controversy, if you could even call it that, and the fact that like no one's even really talking about the man's part of it. I mean,
have you heard the alleged offending phrase?
Yes, I did actually. Yeah, because
for those who don't know,
it's such a random one for me.
It was kind of fucking funny because I'd never heard of it. Once people explained it to me, it made sense.
I had heard of it, but I find it a little goofy personally.
Yeah, allegedly he said he called her a hungy pants, I think.
Yes.
Which it took me a while to finally get it, but like, oh, because hungy's like a lot of food and like. Okay, yeah, I
like
get
guzzle guts.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and I mean, I personally would not have found that term offensive because, to be honest, again, it just makes me giggle.
I mean, it does make me giggle. I don't have the same association, but like, I could get why someone would be offended by it, and I wouldn't say it, just casually say it to someone like, "Hey, you're a fucking hungy pant." Like if it was someone, like maybe,
there's no reason.
Yeah.
Again, you can say like, guzzle guts.
I would know I could get away with saying it to you because you would take that in good spirits.
Yeah. I'd just be like
maybe
that's so
a
random.
Colleague. No,
you know? No. Let's especially also, I mean, again, like they were also having, I think, work drinks as well. You know, when people have a few drinks in them, you know, they get a bit loose. And I mean, I just find it very interesting that no one's really asking him or turning like. Does he lose his job for saying
now he's got
rid
of his Twitter account?
Yeah, well, that's the thing, eh?
Which is also weird because it's Twitter. You'd think it would be like completely the opposite. It's like I think most people would be in his camp, but
I fucking hate Twitter, man. It's just I literally only see stuff from Twitter because people will post it in other places. Like I'm so far removed from that platform, and I mean, I'm a lurker on it. I'm not a poster. Ready to go into it, to be honest. It seems like a lot.
But anyway, we should get into it.
Our first story, did you, because I didn't actually get a chance to cut up any
no neither did I mean, we honestly we could kind of just skip it if you wanted to.
I mean, we could touch on it real quickly if you want to say a few words.
Before we do that, we have a bumper to do.
Oh yes, you're right, correct. And yes, every time.
Those bumpers actually do serve a purpose. It gives me a chance to set up the screen properly. So
hey, yeah, no, I love it. It gives me a chance to take a drink if I need it or whatever. Exactly. But I mean, we've all kind of seen this one, but I think it has been, I guess, a little bit drowned out this week. There's been a lot in the front of the news this week, and a lot that's been actually drowned out.
Yeah, it was a shit week. Like on top of all the personal, emotional shit, there was this, which
it's been a fucking mess over these last 7 days or so. So yeah, government changes climate law to prevent lawsuits, which is just like how many times can we sit here and say, guys, look at what they're doing. This is like so fascistic right now. Like it's how can anyone really excuse these actions at this point?
And I'm a fucking pacifist, but that picture of Goldsmith up there with this half smile, just
It's like I probably shouldn't do the motion I want to do right now.
I know.
He's got a very punchable face. There's a word in German. There's a word in German that means someone with a very punchable face. So I can't remember it, but whatever that word is
it makes me think his glasses are just there just to stop exactly that happening. Just like
save him, yeah.
You wouldn't hit a guy with
protect
glasses.
his eyes. Yeah. Because it's absolutely insane.
Oh,
Like the fact that they've gone and changed all these laws.
yeah.
I think there'll be a little article that we're going to reference to later as well. That talks about, the potential danger that
Yeah.
our conservations are being put under.
Yeah, well, because
The
on top
climate
of
stuff as well.
yeah, on top of them trying to get rid of like the territorial authorities, I think it was the which is the district councils.
Yeah, I think so.
I was thinking it's those ones. Yeah, that they wanted to axe, which is essentially the ones that have all the environmental protection regulation stuff going on, and particularly I think the Aotearoa one has been a thorn in Shane Jones's side specifically, him trying to get consents and stuff there for I think mining and shit.
Yeah.
It they're just fucking doing so much shitty stuff. It's
Well, I mean, I know I said it probably a few weeks ago, but I feel like they're just trying to get as much of this shit through as fast as they can in case it is a one-term government.
yeah. Everyone's I think pointed this out at some stage at this point, but the most worrying thing about this one, because this isn't the first time they've like just changed legislation or the law to benefit them, like the Bright Line test and things like that. But this one completely intersects with the judicial branch from the legislative, and it's a very authoritarian thing to do once you start branching across those different parts of governance. It's pretty fucked up. So yeah, look, there was a really good interview that I did want to listen to, but I don't think we'll really have time for it. But
we can maybe look at it later. I mean, this is not
time.
going anywhere, so I'm sure.
But it was basically from the guy that was doing the lawsuit, and he just he had a lot to
outlined
say.
some stuff. Yeah,
He was on fire. So
I'll have to listen to it later. I didn't get a chance. But yes, I see we're going into some interesting news around.
Yeah, well, this one's actually quite long. We might want to speed it up a bit, maybe.
Yeah. I'll probably put on like 125 if
Okay.
I have to sit up here because it doesn't want to let me there. They're usually slow enough for 1.25.
Yeah, but we might even jump around because it's like 5 minutes.
Why is it not playing?
It's a delay.
For years now, we've been reporting on the growing number of New Zealand police officers heading across the Tasman. Tonight, fresh figures obtained by One News reveal the trend is showing no sign of slowing. New Zealand's top cop conceding there's nothing we can do. And the numbers already on track to exceed previous years. More than 500 officers resigned from the force in the past year alone, with at least 144 of those now confirmed leaving for Australia. That means more than a quarter of all police resignations are now linked to Australia. While the attrition rate when people leave...
Also, real quickly, that technically makes it more than one cop a day that is resigning.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe nearly two, actually almost two.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a high fucking rate.
Even out replaced remains just above 4.5%. The Police Association warns the force is facing a ticking retention time bomb, with almost half of sworn officers aged between 50 and 65. Aziz Al Saafin sat down exclusively with the Police Commissioner.
Someone on the driver's seat. Get it going now.
This is policing in New Zealand.
Oh, here we go.
Fast, unpredictable, and right now, losing officers to Australia.
There's just no way we can compete, is there?
Well, not at that level, no.
Admitting the force can't match the money offered across the...
So, real quick before we go too far away from that 5,000 number, because that's a big fucking number.
It's half.
Yeah, I was just about to say that's half of the police force.
About half. Well,
because I was just googling
somewhere
how
between
many.
10 and 15. I'm seeing different numbers. But
Yeah.
around
Definitely
half
seems to range. Yeah, I think total staff is 1,500, approximately 10,139 of which are sworn officers.
Okay.
So that's literally half of our police force.
Yeah.
Also, we don't have time for this conversation, but maybe we could have a conversation about what having such an old police force enforcing laws actually does in our current climate and world. But yeah, we don't have time for that conversation. But half of our police force, that's insane.
Tasman.
It feels like to me it is a bit of a losing battle.
Well, yes, it's frustrating, frankly, and I've told my police commissioner colleagues across Australia that I would rather they didn't come to New Zealand and poach my people.
144 officers left for Australia in the past year. Of nearly 300 vetting requests from Australian police, 97 have come from Queensland, Western Australia following, with 33 requests from Kiwi officers. Another 25 to Victoria, where former New Zealand Police Commissioner Mike Bush now leads. And 22 requests from New South Wales, with South Australia and Tasmania trailing behind. But it's the Northern Territory emerging as one of the most aggressive recruiters. Vetting requests...
Tasmania's not cool enough.
Why did they even put Tasmania on there? It was zero.
I mean...
Why even mention them?
I guess it's good to know that if you don't want any New Zealand cops, you could go to Tasmania.
I guess.
Surging to 91, a sharp increase on previous years.
I spoke with the Northern Territory's main recruiter, who I was also with last year when they were here in New Zealand, actively targeting Kiwi officers. He told me that campaign was highly successful, with 20 out of 22 new recruits in the April graduating class being former New Zealand police officers. He said there are many more in the pipeline and that he'll be back later this year to do it again.
A constable with 5 years' experience in New Zealand can earn up to $95,000, compared to packages in the Northern Territory worth more than $160,000 New Zealand dollars.
We're talking $20,000 incentives to move, and in many jurisdictions over there, upwards of $30,000 Australian uplift in pay. That's blimmin' hard to compete with.
The Police Association says the cost...
You know how they can at least try to compete with it? They can not offer a pay raise of 0.6%, which
That's right.
They fucking
I forgot how pathetic it was.
Yeah, it was today or yesterday that came out. I can't remember now.
Oh my God, yeah.
12th of May, there you go.
No, yeah, I mean, exactly. Like, I mean, it's not surprising when they don't want to pay our nurses and our teachers and all that.
Yeah.
Why bother paying cops, even though they're supposed to be hard on crime?
Like, you're not even going to meet the current inflation rate just for the current rate that you're paying them. Let's not even flirt with the idea of trying to compete with the payment. Because, like, you don't necessarily need to pay them that much. You don't need to pay them the equivalent, but at least it needs to be something they can live on.
At least pretend to be nice to them. Give them 2% like you give everybody else.
Or at least match inflation so they're not actually getting a fucking pay cut.
To be fair, that matching inflation's technically even higher than that. You need about 4.1% to match inflation.
Because it might be appealing, but it's still like you have to uproot your whole life to move somewhere else to take that pay raise. And for a lot of people, that's like, you'd have to offer me quite a bit more than I'm being paid right now to, get me to shift overseas, just because I love where I live. I love being able to visit my family, my friends, all that kind of thing, and having to move somewhere else entirely. Completely just can fuck your shit up. So,
and that's if you even have the option to.
Yeah. And as the I think the police union rep, I can't remember his name, was saying that some of these guys having to go to like fucking food banks to help support their families.
That's insane. Like that's and that's the problem is I think like the problem is everyone's been shifted down. So anyone who was like sort of comfortable, they weren't very rich, but they had enough money that they could cover their basic needs and still spend money without worrying too much about what was in the account. Yeah. And now you've got families, working people full time who are having to resort to this.
So how these guys like tough on crime? They don't even pay the police officers adequate amount, but they're saying like
they're tough on police officers as well.
They are tough on police. Maybe that's what they mean by tough on crime. Tough on the people who enforce the crimes.
Yeah, it's insufficient. I mean, that's why I put that comparison to the Northern Territories in the thumbnail, because I'm like, that's a big fucking difference. Yeah. Like 60 plus K difference.
Yeah, and the best that we can do is please don't go. Please don't poach our people.
When he said that, all I could think was Aussie, 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 Aussie. I'm begging of you, please don't steal my police.
Of living pressure is also hitting officers hard.
We've got members going to food banks and other support services simply in order to put food on the plate.
And warns another challenge is fast approaching, with thousands nearing retirement.
There are currently over 5,000 members that sit in the age group of 50 to 65.
But the Commissioner insists the force is still growing.
10,508.
10,508.
That is the most we have ever had, sworn staff. We've never had that many in the history of New Zealand Police.
And while the promise of Australian riches is tempting for some, the Commissioner says the attrition rate is the lowest it's ever been.
Right, Aziz is with us for more on this. You've got fresh information about even more recent Kiwi...
But yeah, ultimately it doesn't matter how good your numbers are right now. Like, essentially, this is like it's a bit of a pipeline. Like, we're putting a lot of the effort and resources into training them as well, for them to just go over offshore and accept a larger pay rates. So,
yeah,
I mean, are we really accounting for that as well? Like, have they done the maths for that when they account for the pay rise? Like, hey, if we pay them more and keep more people here, we'll actually be wasting less money because they're wasting less money on like retraining new people. Like, you know, there's an upfront cost there.
Well, that's actually, I think, I don't even know who was saying it. I was listening to the one they were talking about fees free, and the fact that a part of the reason that fees free so-called failed wasn't because people weren't taking it up. It's because people were getting educated through that fees free system and then going to Australia. Because we told 18 and 19-year-olds, fuck you. You can let your parents support you. You can't get a benefit. We're not going to help you with fees free. Or if we do, we're so-called going to do it at the end. It's just,
you know?
They never...
You're a burden on the system.
They always make us focus on these, you know, oh, but this is what you lose now. It's all about losing something, when they never talk about the future, like, gains that are made. Same way we talk about it with health stuff all the time. Like, the healthier the country, the more productive, the more money. Like, it's actually such a simple fucking equation, yet no one seems to want to do it.
We don't like that.
Yeah, well, this bank, I was getting ready for the next story, so this probably goes in quite well, is that this government is not very forward thinking, because they have now posed, well, actually, they've posed to Kiwibank. So they've been instructed by government to once again look at its options for long-term growth, including revisiting the possibility of partial privatization. Like,
it's interesting that that's being reported, because it seemed to be after the fact that I think it was Simeon Brown started walking this back almost immediately. It sounded like he was saying, no, I don't want to actually privatize, you know, I was just saying they should explore the options. And even then, well, I don't want to say it, but it's like another one of those things that's like, thank fuck for Winston Peters, I guess, because he's not gonna allow this to happen.
I hope so.
Well,
I do. I mean,
if he doesn't sell out his beliefs again, but you know,
that's the problem with Winnie. We never fucking know. It depends on what he would see this opportunity as. Whether he'd see it as an opportunity for, like, New Zealand first, or this is good economy, blah blah.
I mean, I don't see him going for it, but you know, you never know. But
yeah, I just think it's, again, another example. Like, I mean, it was the same way we had the government trying to interfere with Wellington City Council and the airport shares that they wanted. They were really trying to force the council to sell. It's just yet another national government that's come into place and is selling the parts of New Zealand off. And there's not many parts left to fucking sell. That's the problem. Is we've already been raided. We're like that shitty car that sits out on the shitty road with the fucking concrete blocks on it, because successive governments have just sold bits off. And when it's fine, look, it's a car.
It's a car.
Definitely. But yeah, that's my main thought on all of this, is just another example.
I mean, look, it's just speculation.
And Simeon Brown. Yeah. Oh, well, actually, I did want to say, though, is that for me, this also made me concerned, because there's also current talking around opposition warning of reforms that might open up conservation estate to sale as government pushes on. So I think in a vacuum, the other one I can see is maybe being just, again, a bit of hearsay, a bit of possible gossip. But at the same time, I'm noticing this trend throughout this entire administration, is that most of the time when we hear rumors of, oh, the government's thinking about this, it's usually only a week or two later that we get the confirmation.
No, this one we could definitely be concerned about, because this is all three parties are for this. They're for cutting the red tape. They're for basically molesting the land. They don't give a shit as long as it makes money. So yeah, no, I can definitely see this being much, much more likely, honestly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the only reason I'm kind of a bit more concerned than I think initially when I first saw that other one. Was just like, oh, I don't like the way the patterns seem to pattern with these guys. Gives me the heebie-jeebies. But the next story we're going into is fucking been a pretty... This one has been super buried, and I have been very disappointed that people haven't really been talking about this so much this week. But currently there's the Mana Wāhine inquiry, which is currently being held at the Waitangi Tribunal, where a bunch of wāhine Māori leaders are going and talking to basically the dehumanizing, racist and misogynistic harassment that they face in leadership, especially. And I think we'll start it off with this, because this is part of Tory Whānau's
I did forget to mention one thing really quickly. It started about, I think, 13 minutes ago, but there is over on the Reddit politics.
AMA.
There's an AMA with the top leader
Kule,
that's the one. Yeah, thank you.
Kule Wong.
I was gonna be there.
I know Rajan's already posted something into
I wanted to ask about their the UBI and why they're wanting to test it and not do like just everyone one and just change the tax brackets, which would just make more sense to me. But alas, I cannot do that. So oh well.
I mean, you could always go pop a quick
I could,
and,
but
no one's fucking stopping you.
A show here.
But yeah, we'll listen to Tory Whānau's, because I think she had a really... I mean, that being said, I've listened to quite a few of them. I'm not able to share the link to the actual full live streams because there's like rules around them in terms of broadcasting.
Non-disclosure stuff.
You have to get permission to put them out. So I didn't have time to get permission for some of the clips that I had found. But we'll listen to Tori's submission, because she was very, very, very vulnerable and open. And I think that's especially important when we're talking about these issues, because a lot of the time people just use kind of descriptors of like, oh, they were being very harassive, with sexualized threats, rather than what the actual raw stuff is. Because I think that's really important, because I feel like a lot of the time it gets watered down when they try to, put it in the nicer terms. So yeah, let's listen to Tori.
From 2023 to the end of my term, there were sustained and highly sexualized disinformation campaigns about me. And I'd like to apologize for my language here, but I think it's important to outline the extent of these comments and what other future leaders are likely to experience. I was constantly called slag, DEI hire, whore, monkey, drunk cuck, dumb Māori pig, gobbler, fat cow, semen sponge, on her knees, pet horse, hoary hoe, angry drunk, and Māori slut. These comments continued consistently across Facebook, X, TikTok, and email for more than 2.5 years, based on events that never occurred and repeatedly denied. And this is not random abuse. It reflects a broader pattern of systemic racism and misogyny directed at wāhine Māori in public life. And in my view, there is a need for a coordinated national framework to address harassment, abuse, intimidation, misinformation, and disinformation directed at us in public roles. This includes local, regional, and national levels. This should include a stronger cross-agency coordination between digital harm, cybersecurity, online safety, media, and social media regulation.
So yeah, I mean, pretty powerful testimony.
I mean, yeah, no, look, that's fucked up. I guess it's tough because, like, when you're in a leadership role, you're always going to get shit, but, like, you shouldn't have to be subjected to this. And as she's saying, like, it's not necessarily that, like, just the fact that these were said to her. It's, like, the wider systemic issue. And, like, we see it. We see it everywhere. It's in politics, like, right now, and a lot of it goes into this racist, but not just like immigrant, great replacement agenda shit. You know, the whole the Maoris are gonna steal our water and control the water supply and all these
control their airwaves.
Or control the airwaves and
yeah.
And it's just it's also partly just perpetuated by, you know, officials, people in power as well. Like they feed this and they know it. They do a lot of dog whistles that play into these kinds of mindsets if they're not just saying it overtly, like, you know, someone like Winston Peters would say, like, and there needs to be a higher standard, especially for these people to be held accountable to. Like, he shouldn't get away with saying, you know, scribble face in fucking Parliament and shit like
whatever
that.
they said about Mexican people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, and I mean, actually, it was really interesting though, and some of the stuff that I don't think people have seen as of yet is that in Tamitha Paul's testimony, which was today, she actually mentioned how, because obviously she's been been basically a public servant since she was 21. So, and she's 29 now, so she's been in it for 8 years. And she was saying that it's kind of actually both better and worse in being in central government, because in central government they have access to security, they have intelligence who are monitoring all of these actual, like, the amount of like, I don't know if anyone's aware, she's constantly getting threats of rape, harassment, death. Like, it's to the point where, and she broke down about this in her testimony, is that, like, she cannot go anywhere alone because it's literally that unsafe for her. She went to the supermarket by herself and had some crazy person come up to her saying that God is coming for her, or people who were stalking the bathrooms where at an event she was at to try and get her when she was going to the bathroom. Like, insane behavior, to the point where her own partner doesn't feel will always pick her up from stuff because he's worried about her safety. And she actually shared a really powerful post on Instagram, and I won't read the whole thing, but I'd like to read a little bit of it, because obviously this is a video where she basically records, this is all of the documents that get prepared for her. So her people have gone, they've found all of the hateful things that people have said, and they put it all in a document that she had to read, which first of all is a very traumatizing thing to do as it is. But then she was talking about how, you know, basically she's desensitized to this stuff, and she only kind of knows that it's a bad thing when her family and friends come up to her because they're upset over stuff that's been posted. But this has just become so normalized, and it's insane that they even have to have, like, the fact this tribunal hearing has to happen to begin with, that they have to try and prove so much to just be like, hey, and because Tam went into it, like, you know, stop, like, instead of being like, oh, you know, we got to worry about what the women are doing and their safety, but we're not actually focusing on the perpetrators. Like, she also brought up a lot of how incel and red pill culture is making a lot of this worse. How social media and, you know, younger generations are obviously being raised on this shit pretty much.
Because they feed it to them. They, you know, it's partly they're not going to do it because it, you know, helps their bottom line, helps them make money, but, like, they really should be cracking down on this, and we kind of need to come together and fucking actually decide to do it. This isn't just about, like, keeping underage people off social media. It's about addressing this fucking permeating, horrible, just...
It is a sickness.
It's like, it's a fucking sickness just rotting underneath that somehow we need to deal with. I don't know what the fuck the solution is. Just...
I mean, we need to start educating children. Like, we don't actually, because this is one thing that, like, I think I've seen a lot of conversations around, you might not have, but a lot of conversations around how, in a reduced sense, men aren't taught to be men so much as they're taught not to be women. And when you have that sense of identity kind of in it, the sense of identity from at least some of the more, I guess, subtle and implicit bias is essentially teaching men to not view women as equals. Like, we don't teach people how to have relationships with each other. How many of us are currently sitting here in our 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s going, oh shit, no one actually taught me how to be a person growing up. They just told me what not to do, or that I should listen to my teacher. They didn't teach me how to process my fucking emotions. Some people do get taught that stuff because they have really secure attachments and their families aren't broken. But unfortunately, we have a lot of broken families in this world and a lot of people who just never got taught how to be a person.
Empathy
and
class
I think
would have been a good one, actually.
Well, yeah, and I think, puberty is such a crazy, horrible time. Instead of just teaching us the dumb, oh, this is how biology works, oh, you're going to get pimples and go through hormonal flushes, actually talk to them about the real raw experience and how you can get through it. Like, periods, horrible thing to fucking learn how to deal with. Random boners happening, also really hard to fucking deal with because you have no control over those ones.
You just gotta ride it,
yeah, you just gotta tuck it into the pants band. I know.
It's not a bad.
But that's the thing, is like, I think we need to actually be talking about the fact that families are not actually, and parents especially, I think it's a little different for some of the younger parents, but I think especially from the older generations, our parents didn't really ask us what was going on in our lives. They didn't really know, like, for a lot of us, what was actually happening. They may be going, oh, what's wrong with you? Oh, how was your day? But, like, I know for me and a lot of people I know, there wasn't a lot of that deep, like, hey, what's going on for you? You've been acting up recently. Like, what's causing you to act up? Rather than what most people, at least I knew, got was, stop being a little shithead, or I'll fucking whack you. You want me to I'll give you something to cry about. All that shit. Which obviously then just traumatizes people, makes it all worse.
Mine was slightly different. It was, try to talk to me, and then when I leave the room, talk to the other person about me and try to psychoanalyze me. And it's like, I can hear you. That's the worst part.
Talk about me when I'm like when I'm further away, please.
Yeah. It's like, fuck that.
Yeah. And I mean, this thing is, I think there's a lot we can do to help people. Like, I think teaching people how to just, be people, to learn how to be themselves even. Like, there's so many people who don't actually know what they like. They've just kind of gone along with some other things and they go, yeah, that's not too bad. Oh, yeah, I like it. When really what they're probably super passionate about might enjoy, they're not really exploring or trying. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that need to happen, I think. I mean, so the way that we kind of allow kids to just blindly consume media is also an issue. But yeah, it's really sad to just see how much, like, and because there's also the other conversation I think Tam brought up as well in her thing of like, she said, this is slightly paraphrased, but she's like, if this continues, we will end up being governed by idiots, in reference to obviously this pushes a lot of women out of, politics.
Not just that, the brain drain in general.
Yeah, that too. She said, we'll never have sustainable, like a sustainable representation that we deserve so long as women are treated like this. And I think that's a really, really strong point, is that until we can really address the way that men interface with women and also their own emotions and their own feelings, of course, because that's where pretty much 99.9% of the problems lie. And yeah, because she also did slightly mention, the parasocial stuff doesn't help either. So there's like a big parasocial aspect that often comes, and how, they have to be so careful how they act on social media for fears of like Not Noah sending me a message midstream. I see you. But yeah, I think it's something that people need to start talking a bit more seriously about, because it's one of those things that we've just seen the conversations continue for like my entire life before I existed. Like, women haven't achieved true freedom yet because they're not equals.
Well, and I don't want to be like, I guess another aspect to this is like expectations as well, and that's where a lot of the frustration comes about as well. Like, because I don't want to be like necessarily like anti-pornography or anything like that, but a lot of that stuff does contribute, I think, and just
for sure,
not necessarily the pornography itself, but the lack of understanding from especially these younger minds that don't fucking understand like this is fucking fiction. Like, you know, don't expect a fucking girl to just roll over for you and be, you know, in your pants, because
I actually think that's more to the fact that pornography has been, it's been designed by a misogyny, because it's all centered, a majority of it's centered around violence and violation. Which, you know, there's nothing wrong with actually being sexually excited by those things. It's the way in which it's always against, you know, women. It's the not
more
this more
explicitly
consensual.
The explaining that, like, look, this is fantasy. Like, don't expect people to actually want this, or, you know,
it's role playing
it's
stuff.
role play, you know, exactly. So
like, this can stay in the bedroom. You leave that fucking attitude and all that bullshit. But yeah, there's a lot
touch
of
grass and actually talk to a girl once, you know, and actually make a connection. It's a very important part.
And apparently some people didn't even get sex ed. I mean, we got that form of we had puberty classes, but
I got actual sex education.
You get proper
we had
one.
actual well, it was called health.
True. Okay, yeah, no, I had half class. I mean, to be fair, I already knew most of that stuff, so
so did I. But,
I cruised through that class.
But you can't assume everyone knows that, you know, so it is a good thing to have. So
no, absolutely. But yeah, I just think it's a conversation that I want to see people just having more and being willing to be open to the very confronting things that will come out of those conversations, because it's difficult, but it is, I don't only say it's mandatory. I think it's mandatory that it happens because it's too important to not.
Yeah. You know, we've got a little bit
do we
stuck on that
want
one.
to bother with the quick little Lux inside, or should we just jump straight to old Pauline Hanson?
The Lizard Queen.
I mean, we can go Lizard Queen. No one really gives a shit about Luxon.
Yeah, no, fuck Luxon. I don't want to talk about
no,
him.
thank you. Ooh. Oh, that reminds me. I had a meme I was supposed to send.
In fact, this one actually is a little bit relevant, more for our next story, for like the wider wider discussion. I don't have too much to say specifically about this.
Oh shit! Sorry.
No, go.
Oh, cool.
Labelled an historic victory, Pauline Hansons One Nation Party has won its first ever seat in the country's House of Representatives in a New South Wales by-election. The once fringe party, which champions an anti-immigration stance, seeing a surge in popularity.
I feel like there's a few New Zealand MPs who just got hard hearing that sentence.
Yeah. I mean, remind
It's
you of them.
Saying this is just the start. Australia correspondent Jacob Johnson reports.
A dethroning being described as a political earthquake for Australia.
One Nation has reached the end of its beginning. We're going through the ceiling from here.
David Farley waking up this morning as the One Nation Party's first ever elected federal MP, securing the vast New South Wales constituency seat of Farrer. A major blow to Australia's Liberal National Coalition, currently the country's main opposition, which had held the seat for 77 years. Former leader Susan Lee's resignation, the reason a by-election was held in the first place.
We've taken our medicine here tonight. We've got to learn from it.
Farley winning 57% of the popular vote, with many attributing the victory to One Nation's polarising but increasingly popular leader, Pauline Hanson.
It's not about us, it's about the people who make that change. And I wanted to give power back to people.
This is a movement. This is what Australia needs.
Hallelujah.
Hanson's anti-immigration stance gaining major traction in the wake of the Bondi massacre, when she claimed the government was allowing the wrong people into the country. The by-election win comes less than 2 months after One Nation claimed several seats in the South Australian state election. This once far-right fringe party now pushing even further into the mainstream as many voters give up on the traditional right bloc.
It does talk to the comparative weakness of the coalition parties. They've had major internal fights. The second thing, of course, is there's a global movement around what we might call right and more far-right sort of parties.
But whether One Nation can maintain this momentum until the next federal election, still 2 years away, remains to be seen.
The party does have a history of electing, I'm not sure this is an expression that's used in New Zealand, some loose units.
He says they've struggled to maintain a party line since Pauline Hanson founded the party almost 30 years ago.
It's been a while.
So she is the fucking Winston Peters of their
100
of their electoral system. Basically, she just hasn't quite gotten into power before, but she's been around for fucking ever.
Except she's worse because if I would have to rate if I had to, gun to my head, I had to choose between One Nation and New Zealand First. I think I'd probably have to go with New Zealand First.
Okay.
Because she's they're extra racist.
Yeah, well, I don't know too
racism's
much
a lot
about
stronger
their
in
specifics,
Australian.
honestly. I kind of ignore these people a lot. But yeah, like he did say, it was part of the larger sort of movement. A lot of the I was watching Bradbury Group and it was Hooten just complaining, just going, oh no, the major parties, we're gonna lose the major parties majority, and I'm like, oh boo hoo, not the status quo.
Right.
So as much as this is shit, I could be happy in a way, the status quo is at least changing, maybe for the worse.
No, it's going in the wrong fucking direction.
It is going in the wrong direction.
No, no.
I'm just saying. But that's a little bit of lining, as a silver lining, because a lot of this is populist rhetoric, and as we've seen with New Zealand First and Winston Peters, and the way populism sort of works, it does rise quick and it peaks, and then it sort of does quickly drop off. So
the only thing I'd slightly push back on that, and that's just because I do pay attention to Australia a lot more, they have been having a massive increase in white supremacy and Nazis specifically. The campaign that they did against, I can't remember the name of the bill now, but it was a bill that was essentially going to increase Indigenous representation in Australian government, and obviously the think tanks, Atlas Network Associates and stuff, obviously fully targeted that. She was a good fucking portion of that too. So yeah, fuck this racist bitch, hey?
Yeah, and look, I'd agree with you. There is a rise there, but even then, that still doesn't represent the majority of the population. And
no, but it is something that started. I think the same way, polls, while they may not necessarily fully sway people, they do kind of influence what people start to lean towards. And I think the rise in racism and white supremacy is very it's definitely becoming a lot stronger and louder. And I think because they're a lot more racist country than we are, I think it's a lot easier for them to really up the ante, because they've been doing a lot more and more every year.
I mean, and I guess going back through okay, yeah, I'll do a little hold up.
Yeah, I don't want Nazis as neighbors either, but we got to do something about this lady and her racist friends, because
so I don't know, it's a lot of the time New Zealand First goes up and they crash right back down again.
No, I wasn't disagreeing with New Zealand First. I was saying for One Nation specifically.
No, I'm just saying this is the nature of populism, because populism is a big strategy that fascists like to use as well. And if you look at something even big ones historically that have been significant, like Nazi Germany, they peaked even before they managed to get full power, essentially. So they got, I don't remember which election it was, was it the 33 election or something? They got like their biggest vote ever, and then after that, even though Hitler was in power and all that stuff, they tanked. You know, they went straight back down again because they can only sustain that momentum for so long before people sort of, you know, go, maybe this guy is not all he's cracked up to be, or that kind of thing. But anyway, get a bit too caught in the weeds here of this fascistic discussion.
Do you want to
It was a
finish
bit of
off
a
the last?
preview. No, not really, because we
Nah,
want to get into
we're
this
good.
Albanese
Yeah.
stuff, which is also kind of on the same.
Oh, is this with the Starmer as well?
Yeah, it was. It kind of is actually. Now that I think
Are
about
we
it.
watching your MKV specifically, or are we going to the article first?
Don't even do the article. Skip the article.
Okay, straight to them. Love it. That
This one's
saves
nice
me
and
from
short.
reading. Okay, make sure the sound's actually on. And let's do it.
And generous. British Prime Minister Kier Starmer has vowed to prove his data's wrong as pressure mounts for him to resign. He's fighting for his political future after the Labour Party suffered big losses in local elections. The Cabinet is split about whether he should carry on.
I get it. I feel it. And I take responsibility.
Oh, so there's a 1.1. What's with these weird, slow...
It's dramatic.
Ha-ta-ta.
It's
I guess
orator
so.
101. You say something and then you pause, you let it sink in.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess I wasn't absorbing it correctly. My bad.
I know I have my doubters. And I know I need to prove them wrong, and I will.
More than 70 Labour MPs are now calling for Starmer to quit. His Cabinet is
Whoa.
meeting again tomorrow.
70.
It's not looking great for a
Oh.
lot of people are not on his side.
Nah.
And I was gonna just do a lot of this lecturing myself, but I listened to a podcast the other day. From I think it was.
Where do you want me to start?
Start at this one because the other one's actually kind of pointless. So we may as well start.
Okay,
with this
cool. Yeah,
one.
was that one?
Yeah. This was the Reform Communist Party, no, Revolutionary Communist.
Oh, I was
Party,
going to say,
think.
don't say reform.
Not reform.
Oh, fucking trigger word right there.
Yeah, but this was actually a really, really good podcast from these guys talking about Kier Starmer and the election results, and I had a great time watching it. I'd encourage everyone to go listen to it, but we're just going to listen to some of the points that they have here. So
I mean, you had me at Revolutionary Communist Party.
threat from the Greens.
Yeah.
And the Greens are susceptible to the anger that exists within society.
Yeah.
And the more they base themselves on that, it's an open question how far they will go.
Yeah.
But I think it was, I mean, there was a lot of difference, a lot of different shades to what different Green councillors were running on.
Mm-hmm.
But for instance, in London, where they did very, very well, in my where I live in Waltham Forest, it was just about nicer trees and schools and this kind of thing. But you go down to Lambeth, and they're saying we should unionize every tenant and worker in the district. We should be organizing grassroots mobilizations against cuts and austerity. That's a
Yes.
lot more radical.
100%.
And there is a mood for that in society. And how far Green councillors go now, we will have to see.
Yeah.
But what's important, I think, for us is the expectations that are being placed on the Greens as an insurgent party to the left of Labour.
Yeah, I mean, the Greens did extraordinarily well, we should say, despite huge smear campaigns against them. I mean, constantly throughout the media and the press, but they really ramped it up in the week just before the elections. But yeah, they still won. Zoe Garbett won as the mayor in Hackney, for example, and as you said, I think you said in Lewisham, they also won as mayor, and they had some big gains in Manchester. And in all of these places, a lot of these places, they campaigned on the cost of living.
Yes.
They did campaign on the cost of living.
Positive, fresh campaign.
And when they
So-
campaign in this radical, bold way,
I-
they do very well.
Yes.
And they get...
I really like just how positive they're being towards the their allies essentially here, which is not something you see too much. Even over here, you know, I see a lot of people in sort of the communist camp and all that kind of thing, you know, shitting on the Greens and stuff like that. I'm like, what do you guys do? Like, you know, fucking.
The Greens have to they have to be so, they can never be good enough for everyone, I'll be honest. It just seems like when it comes to the New Zealanders in general, like, they just underestimate the Greens, but then also hold them to much higher standards than any other party. Well, maybe except CPM, because they're brown, you know.
But yeah, like I'm not sure if they talk about it in this clip that I got, but at some point they do mention how I believe that they think this positive energy works much better than the sort of the constant losses to try and rally people, like those sort of those political losses actually, I think, partly might like deflate people all the time. They just feel like there's nothing they can do. It's useless.
Absolutely.
But like even just in this conversation that they have, like it started to get me like hopeful and like actually raising my spirits a bit. So
no, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's the thing, is that it almost seems like they've also got a bit more of an MMP mindset, funnily enough. Which I'm just like, hey, have you guys heard about MMP?
Yeah.
Or maybe even a better version.
Because like they're not even in MMP and they're doing that well. Like, that really gets my hopes up that maybe we're just a bit lagging, a bit behind, but I really do hope we have a good turnout for the Greens this year. Fingers crossed. But
keep going?
Yeah, keep going.
Hordes of young people who come out to canvass for them.
Yes.
I saw so many green canvases throughout the last couple of weeks, I would say, and that is really significant because, as you say, they have also tapped into this anti-establishment mood that really exists in particular amongst young people. But in the weeks leading up to it, they were really attacked. I saw an interview of Zach Polansky and I'm pretty sure it was Nick Robinson. I don't know if that's right, but we'll find out. An interview where he's been really, really smug and really awful and jarring.
Do you believe that Palestine is, to coin a phrase, on the ballot this Thursday?
I think lots of things are on the ballot this Thursday.
But it is Palestine on the ballot this Thursday?
I think it's one of the elements, as is the climate crisis. What
does it mean, Palestine is on the ballot? Because the reason I ask you is because your candidate for Mayor of Lewisham says Palestine is on the ballot this Thursday. Haringey Green Party campaign launch video. You might think it'd be about bins. You might think it'd be about schools, hospitals. It might be about cleaning up the roads. It is a series of councillors saying, as a councillor...
Yeah, I know, right? It's such a fucking...
All of the above, please.
I will take all appropriate steps to uphold the inalienable rights of the Palestinian people. Do you think council elections really should be about Palestine?
It's very condescending and very smug, and it also shows how out of touch the political and media establishment are with how people think. Yes. First of all, you can care about both of those things at the same time, Palestine. And in any case, I think it misunderstands how Palestine became an example and remains an example or a lightning rod for how people feel about the Labour Party in general. A lot of these votes are just protest votes against the Labour Party and everything they've done, from Palestine to austerity, which people feel through their councils every single day. And to be fair to Zach Polansky, he defends that, and he says people are disgusted by genocide, that we are still arming, and people can care about other things as well. But yeah, they really went for him. But the main thing they're using is anti-Semitism. They've really ramped up that the Green Party is full of anti-Semites, and we've seen it all before with Jeremy Corbyn and the Labour Party. I think what is interesting is there are some sides of Zach Polansky and the Greens which shows a bit more of a fight back against these smears, which is positive. However,
this clip, but yeah, like because they did a lot of talking about like a lot of this goes into Epstein and Labour's sort of having a bit of association there, and a lot of this is anti-establishment and how the establishment is seen partly as being pro-Epstein and stuff like that. Very fascinating conversation on the whole of it, but I do think that maybe that's something that the Greens here could start perhaps pushing a bit more into as well, the whole anti-establishment side of things. I mean, it's a little harder to do because we don't have that direct correlation partly with the whole Epstein drama here, so it's not as visceral, and we're not doing things like sending weapons and aid to like Israel, so there's not as much of a direct...
There's different angles you can take. I mean, look at what they're doing to the healthcare system. Look at how, like, pay equity, nurses, firefighters, police. Like, there's like, the austerity aspect, I think you could probably, like, really it's like zone in on what austerity means, not just go, oh look, they're doing austerity, because I think that just confuses people and they don't really know what you mean when you say that.
Well, because that goes into the rise of the sort of alt-right and populist parties. A lot of it's anti-establishment, and if they're pushing that angle a bit more, you could even appeal to some of those people who are going over to New Zealand first and stuff, I think, a bit more. I mean, maybe the Greens have a bit more of a reputation in this country maybe they do compared to the UK. Perhaps that's another thing that we just got to accept, because with MMP they've been in Parliament and stuff quite a bit, so maybe that's a factor that I'm not really considering, but I think it's worth thinking about. So
absolutely. Did you want me to play this?
Yeah, let's go on this next clip,
clip
for about the next couple of minutes.
A peaceful protest movement against genocide as a hate march, or basically a place that terrorists or potential terrorists can feel comfortable, be at large in this kind of anonymous mass of. Once you paint such a picture, you're essentially saying there's something illegitimate about this, and it's singled out, and then it's whipped up into this thing in the media, where actually reality is inverted. The people that come out for Palestine have come to 35 national protests on the streets of London, want to see an end to genocide and peace. There are many different ideas as to how that could look, how that should play out. There are many different political currents within that. But the overwhelming majority of people want to see an end to genocide and British complicity within an ongoing genocide.
Yes.
And I watched this awful video, I sent it to you, with Trevor Phillips interviewing Zach Polanski, where he says, and it's kind of, I said, it's the distilled essence of identity politics, right? The way he presents it to Zach Polanski, where he says to him, are you denying, how does he say it? Are you denying the reality of Jewish people that look onto these protests and view them as hate marches? And Zach Polanski's like, well, facts are facts. And as a Jewish person that goes and marches on these demonstrations, I can tell you for a fact that these are not hate marches, and you've got it the wrong way around.
Facts don't care about your feelings.
100%. And props to Zach Polanski for saying that, because in fact, if there's anything that we can learn from the Corbyn movement, is that the most racist, corrupt, awful politicians, career politicians, and the media establishment will use the accusation of anti-Semitism as a tool to basically bludgeon the left.
As a Jewish person, I march with many Jewish people on those marches. Now, there are already laws to do.
But you're not all Jews. To try to say, well, you can't talk about racism because actually you're the racist. When these people weaponize the oppression of Jewish people, as they do any minority they can get their hands on, in order to score political points, we should not assume that these people are attacking the left in good faith.
Not at all. And in that interview, Zach Polanski says, hold on a minute.
Probably stop about there.
Yeah.
No, it's a good place to end it. But because that's, I believe, look, I'm not that down on the entire division between Labour and their disagreements with Kier Starmer, but I understand that quite a bit of it is around his response to Palestinian action and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's not looking good for him.
Yeah, well, because actually one of the thoughts that I guess I've come out with just from watching this and kind of seeing the chat and our talks is that it feels like the left are wanting more radical changes, and I think that makes sense when we're nearing the end of capitalism's bubble. Like, things have gotten so bad that if we don't have radical change, we're probably fucked. And like, that's terrifying, like, especially from a climate element. Like, actually, there was a video I was going to play for us. It's very short. Actually, maybe.
Well, because I think a part of it goes into, liberalization of more third world and second world countries as well. Because the way the capitalism and the tier system works, you need to build it on the backs of someone else's. And someone needs to suffer underneath you for you to be higher up in that food chain of capitalism to ascend. And since we're getting away from a lot of that exploitation overseas, ones that happen to be the people you're living in the same country with, essentially. So,
no, absolutely.
I think there's a big part of it.
And yeah, I agree. I think we need more blunt and honest. I think the flower, that's the thing, that's a really good point that I just really quickly want to hone in on, because I think about this a lot, especially when it comes to like politics, the political sphere, all of that. I think no one really thinks about the fact that who's considered this the correct and proper language that we're supposed to use? Oh, it was the aggressor, the colonizer who enslaved and tried to murder the people that they were taking over. Maybe that is a form of oppression, because it's literally controlling how you speak and then what that speech actually, like the impact that it has. Same thing with like the way that Tory and so many women in the wāhine, mana wāhine trials have been so blunt and honest, because you need to feel the full impact of what's going on. And I think adhering to these, oh, I've got to sound perfect, oh, I've got to use this very, I can't call a fucking MP a liar if I'm a liar, if I'm an MP. Like, that's bullshit. It's just bullshit.
You can lie if you're an MP, you just can't call them one.
Exactly. And that, like, we've seen that law, I think it was in Wales or whatever, that should be illegal.
Yeah, it was either Wales or Ireland, I can't remember.
Yeah, one of the British Isles. But yeah, I'm so over it. I think it's also something that, like, it's getting closer and closer to, because I think there was a woman at the Chloe's speaking event that talked about how, we're getting closer and closer to the point of no return in terms of climate change, which is really important. And then, because I found this video, which actually made me really sad, but is something that people should think of.
Has reached the point of no return. And I'm not being doomsday. This is an article that The Guardian reported on, that even if we were to combat climate change today, the city of New Orleans' days are numbered. You are unable, so for those who don't know, the city of New Orleans actually sits below sea level. So if you fly in, you're seeing the sea, and the city of New Orleans sits down at the bottom. There are a number of things that they have used, like the levee system, which is what broke during Hurricane Katrina that caused the devastation of that hurricane. Those things cost billions of dollars in order to maintain and upkeep to keep the city safe. At this point, researchers have said that this is no longer a sustainable option, and the only option that the city has is to relocate all 370,000 residents from the city. My first thought when I heard that is, well, where are they going to go? And how is the city of New Orleans?
Well, yeah, and when we think about what's currently going on with Israel and Palestine at the moment, it's also another fucking problem that we have to think about is, what do we do when people are displaced, but we don't have a place for them to go?
I think the Himalayas is going to start looking really nice or something.
Yeah, well, maybe we have to start moving into the spaces that seem less habitable and make it work.
Actually, we've got
But
someone
yeah.
else back home. I should move back South Island.
Oh. Okay, we can quickly go over this next story because I think people have been starting to finally actually talk about it, which is great. So don't know if you're aware, but there is a New Zealander who is currently stuck in US ICE detention. Everlee Wihongi.
That we know of.
Wow, and that's the thing is, I saw that she has been moved from her original detention facility, I guess you call them. Her lawyer has no idea why they've detained her, and they're being actually. We'll listen to the I reckon we'll listen to a bit of the interview because it's a really valuable interview to listen to. Good old David Farrier. Let's restart that.
We were coming back from vacation. We'd gone to New Zealand. We got to LA, and out of the 5 of us, Everlee was the only. We were coming back from vacation. We'd gone to New Zealand. We got to LA, and out of the 5 of us, Everlee was the only one with a green card. We were all citizens, and so we went through really quick, and we were standing there waiting, and we could see her talking to the border agent. About 15 minutes later, they both come out, and the border patrol guy says, "We're just going to have a little bit of chat. We'll meet you guys down at the carousel."
Yeah, it sounded kind of friendly almost.
Yeah, he lied, and so we were there 2 hours. We then went and found a hotel because our flight was the next day. And we waited, and it must have been like 9 o'clock. She called crying, and she said that they're going to take her to the detention facility. And I went, "For what?" And she goes, "I don't know. They won't tell me." So, they took her there. They told her that when she gets to ICE, more than 24 hours, that she will see a judge. And I said, it's a weekend. No judge is going to be around on a Saturday or Sunday. They just told her a bunch of lies just to get her compliant. They made her sign some papers. When she went to read it, the border patrol guy got agitated and said, "You don't have to read it. It basically says this will expedite matters and something about her green card." And she goes, "I understand that, but I'd like to read it before I sign anything." And so she was reading it, and he ripped it out of her hands. And he goes, "Well, if you are going to be difficult, we're not going to play this." And then he left her in the room for like 5 hours, and then came back and said, "Are you going to sign it now? Are you going to stop being difficult?" And she goes, "Well, can I read it?" And he walked away again. And 2 hours later, he came back with a form, and I think she was busted up by then, and she just signed it.
Have you got any impression about what the conditions are like where she is, the room she's in, how many people she's sharing with?
46 people. There's 46 people in a room. The bunks are in there. The tables are in there. They spend the whole day in that one room. They're allowed out for an hour in the morning and an hour in the afternoon, and that's it.
She's obviously in there with other people that are in her position.
Yeah, they're not criminals that are in there. They're just normal people. She goes, "It's just really, really sad. There's people in there that are going to be there for, like, someone's been there for 10 months. And she goes, their families don't have the resources to help them."
Can you top her up with cash, or how do you get more to her?
You can top it up. They have like a commissary account, and then you can just go in. This is just like a huge money-making operation, I feel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they'll be making so much money. They'll be skimming so much off the top. Fucking processing fees here, processing fees there. Not to mention the fact that they then fucking jump them around so that they can reset clocks in terms of how long they can keep people. It's fucking disgusting. And obviously our government has been super fucking weak on this. Initially, I believe Winston Peters essentially said, oh, well, sucks to suck, really. Like, that's pretty much all he said. Apparently now the New Zealand government is finally in talks with America. But you know what? I don't fucking trust them. We know that they're on America's side. Like...
Well, to keep his narrative, he kind of has to not get her out of there. Because if he does, it's literally going to make everything he said he's going to look like a moron. So, yeah, I mean...
And it's horrible. I mean, it's bad enough that this whole ICE bullshit's going on. But for, a New Zealand woman who's been living there for 25 years.
Yeah.
Like, it's ridiculous.
And the only reason we even know is because she's got... she got a lawyer that she can, talk to, which a lot of people won't have, and she's got family and friends that care about her. And I'm thinking about, like, imagine all the people who get caught up in this and don't have anyone who's going to miss them.
It's and I mean, it's very concerning. There's also other things that are kind of, I guess, seemingly related to some of the movements of people in ICE detentions to take them into undisclosed places, which is also a major concern. So yeah, it's not a good story. Speaking of not good stories, do we want to go through Lux and OECD? I love how quickly you're like, no. Fuck that.
I've changed
Fair
my
cool.
mind.
I love that for us. All right, I guess we're finally starting to break into the good news.
Yay.
This first one, I will give a small caveat of there's a little bit of ugly inside of the good.
Okay.
So my apologies.
Okay. We're still in good, the bad, the ugly. It's the overall.
Yeah, this is the very much blended aspect in the middle between our two categories for sure. So centuries old Māori warrior's cloak returned to Aotearoa. So the return of centuries-old Māori warrior's cloak to Aotearoa, New Zealand, has brought surprise, intrigue, and an ancestral connection for the traditional Māori weaving experts studying it. The cloak, a poku, is one of only 7 warrior cloaks known to exist around the world, and it's the first to return home. Dr. Kahutoi Te Kanoa, Po Arahi Curator Māori at Tāmaki Painga Hida Auckland War Memorial Museum, said the poku is a living treasure. They're Māori and Pacific Textile and Fibre Research Centre, where the poku is on a 5-year exhibition and research loan from the Oriental Museum at Durham University,
just a loan.
England. That's the power it got. I got so excited about the title.
I was like,
oh my god,
they
the
gave
British
it back.
Museum is finally returning shit.
Here you go.
No, we had to request our own ancestral items from England.
What the fuck is their excuse for this one? Because their excuse for shit like Egypt and stuff is like, oh no, they can't look after this stuff. It all gets, it's corrupt.
Can't trust those brown people in the sand.
Basically, you can't trust the brown people. Essentially, they can't keep a coherent society together. But so, what's their logic for this one? Why isn't this one returning?
Yeah, I'll be honest, I didn't go through the whole thing, and I'm curious if they did.
I doubt they do,
I probably have.
but-
Nah, they probably won't. But yeah, it's the oldest cloak that Rangi has seen in Aotearoa in her 25 years as a conservator, and a great example of tūturu Māori, an authentic Māori object. Yeah, so really cool that they're able to obviously go in, study all of this. I'm sure there'll be a lot that they'll learn from it. But it really bummed me out when I read that on loan part. I was just like, oh man. Yeah, so apparently the cloak first came to the Oriental Museum in the mid-1960s from a family called the Trevelyan family, who had a large estate in Northumberland, just north of us. Then how it came into their ownership has been one of the things that we've been struggling with in recent years. Poku had been at a museum for decades with no one really understanding how incredible it was until that day when Rangi and Patricia Wallace and other people came to visit us. So they didn't even know really what it was.
There's a line down the bottom there saying all roads lead us back to Joseph Banks and Cook's first voyage.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's
They robbed. They fucking robbed.
I mean, of course
I don't know
they
who would have
did.
worn that, like a chieftain,
A warrior.
a warrior, just
Yeah, it was a warrior's one. So yeah, pretty fucking disgusting that a and I just realized it's also not even a museum; it's a university, museum at a university. So it's not even like a normal British
belongs
museum.
in a museum,
right?
It's fucking Indiana
Must be
Jones.
in a British museum.
Yeah.
Like, what is there some rule that all like ancient artifacts must be
Yes.
stored there? Like, what the fuck? Also, yes, I agree. The use of the term Oriental, I fucking hate.
Okay.
I wish we could nuke that word. Oh, it's a heavily racist word.
I know a lot of Asian people who use that as an identifier. Like,
I know heaps of people who still identify as having Asperger's, even though that came from Nazi Germany. So, you know, some people change, some people don't.
Old
For
habits
me,
die hard, I suppose.
I sit in a case of like, oh,
I mean,
yeah,
I don't use it
actually
myself.
Don't love that. Well, no, mostly because a lot of the like noodles, you can get a lot of like
Oriental noodles.
Exactly. That's what like gets me. So yeah. Also, I love that. If we had an ancient British artifact in New Zealand, we would return that shit, not own it. And I'm like, yeah, we would, but maybe we shouldn't.
Nah, fuck that.
Fuck them. But yes, that's my grey area story.
All right.
And then I actually found this next one to be quite a positive story, especially since I used to be very anti the smoke-free legislation laws until I realized I was dumb and wrong. So New Zealanders support stronger nicotine regulation, survey finds. New research shows that New Zealanders want very low nicotine cigarettes reintroduced, and 2/3 believe the tobacco industry influences government policy.
What?
Crazy!
No.
People are waking the fuck up, and it's working, guys. It's working. Obviously, we know, I think there's the main survey findings. 68% of respondents believe that the tobacco industry influences government policy. Based 57% believe nicotine pouch use among young people would increase. And actually, that was one part of this that I am quite concerned on, because I don't know if you've heard of nicotine pouches or some...
It's just the big bags of nicotine in it. Tobacco. Right?
No. So they have these in America. They call them Zins because I think that's the brand name.
Okay.
But they're these literal pouches, so almost like a tea bag, pouch, and it's full of nicotine stuff. And so you're supposed to just sit it in against your gum.
Oh, okay.
That massively increases your chance of not only just like gum cancer, but general oral cancers, because obviously having anything set against a tooth for a long time is not good for your teeth.
I was going to say, it just sounds like chewing tobacco almost.
Well,
like
yeah,
it's the same issue there.
Similar
used to
stuff.
get, like, holes in their cheeks.
But yeah, exactly. And that's the problem, is these have been marketed very well in terms of trying to make it seem like a cool kid. Like I've heard about these for quite some time because it's really growing in America. It seems to, I've actually noticed they have them here now because like Shosha has them, which like, I don't love that personally, but I mean...
I thought the free market self-regulates.
Oh, fuck the free market. Free market does dick. More New Zealanders oppose than support retail sale of nicotine pouches, and 55% support reinstating very low nicotine, which I think is awesome, because as someone who used to be very anti the smoke-free legislation, being like, oh, it's an invasion of my rights, blah, 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 I should be allowed to. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm so glad, because health-wise... it's really not worth it, eh? Like, it just isn't. And I'm so much better now that I didn't really go for the vapes too much. I did a little bit, but for me, cannabis was the only thing that helped me get off fucking tobacco. Thank God. Yeah, straight to the mucous membrane. That's the one. Lazy man's chewing tobacco. accurate.
Kinda,
So
yeah.
fucking accurate. I know, right? Why can't kids just be gay and do crime instead? I 100%
Be
agree.
gay and do crime.
Which is actually a really good fucking segue. Thank you.
Very much for coming along to this very
Oh, too fast. Hold up.
Very fast.
occasion. I'm Georgie Dan.
Oh, is it gonna...
Morning, everyone. Thank you very much for coming along to this very important occasion. I'm Georgie Danzy, and I'm the Labour spokesperson for Rainbow Issues. And such a pleasure to be here on this very important day where we stand up against homophobia, biphobia, interphobia, and transphobia. When I look at these flags, I feel proud of our rainbow community, and we stand here today to celebrate who our rainbow community are, the tonga that they are, and also to stand against.
So I'm so worried about that music getting us. So yeah, it's the International Day Against Homophobia, Biphobia, Interphobia, and Transphobia, aka Ida Hobbit, which is my favorite acronym ever. Ida Hobbit. Not you the Hobbit, Ida Hobbit.
It's like Idaho, but with Hobbit. It's Idaho and
Yeah,
Hobbit,
it's like a very
like,
New
mixed
Zealand
together.
version. And as a short person, I feel like I can use this quite accurately. I'm not quite Hobbit short, but I'm not fucking far off. But yeah, and also I think it's nice to see Georgie doing a bit more, because she's obviously the newest member of the Labour Party. I got to meet her a few weeks back. It was very lovely. And oh yeah, guess what, guys? The government technically did a good thing. So I just need everybody to make sure they're sitting down, because the government did something good for us. And I didn't think I'd be able to do that, but so essentially the government is putting announced $15.5 million from budget 2026 for 2 dedicated specialist teams for pediatric palliative care.
All right.
Yeah. So this article was talking about is from this woman who unfortunately her son had medical issues that led to needing, palliative care, but there was no specialist pediatric palliative care available at the time. And so they were just saying how this is going to be really great, because obviously, knowing that someone's nearing the end of their life is such a hard thing to go through, even harder when they're a child. And there is a lot of support needed for people through those, times. So it's nice to see that the government, even though, it's only a small 15.5 million, I'm sure they probably could have spared a little bit more, but I'm not going to hate on something that's actually going to help people.
Yeah, with the amount they've been cutting, that's like a fucking fortune. So.
Well, yeah, they said, I believe somewhere here they had I think there's something around 3,000 kids every year or so, essentially. Oh no, it must be in the 300 children die in New Zealand each year, and up to 3,000 will require palliative care. So just good to see, even though it's kind of not the greatest.
No, well, there's been a few good ones like that.
Yeah, exactly. We're not getting a lot, but we're getting
there was
small
the
crumbs.
stalker bill that passed, I think.
Yes, I should have included that actually, because I don't think we covered that. Because obviously that's been a big conversation. I really want to watch the Stalked documentary. I need to. I don't have Neon, so.
There was another one, I think, around drugs. Was it decriminalization of something? I can't remember what it was. That I think the Greens. I think it was a Tamitha bill. I think. I can't
not
remember.
coming to the top of my head, but
Yeah,
I mean,
no, I can't
we've
remember.
gotten a few things, I'll be honest, the extending prescriptions to 12 months, that's actually a good thing. I'm saving a bit of money on some of the medications I have that aren't, subsidized. Also the ADHD medication and diagnostic, it's still not great it's not greatly being able to be implemented yet, but it is.
as much as you could try and say that's a kudos to the minor parties and stuff that, you know, let it pass, I'd say that's more of a congratulations to the members of parliament who were smart enough to put those bills in the bin, because they probably knew, hey, this is the kind of bill that ACT would actually go for, and I can get this through whilst even in opposition. So I think it's, you know, the people, I can't remember the MPs, I think Tamitha is one of them, who's gotten quite a few, at least a couple of across the aisle support in the members' bill. Really does show a lot of good political judgment, political acumen from them, being able to get that, especially during like just how polarized everything is at the moment. So being able to play into those other parties, sort of you know, what appeals to them, like things like New Zealand, not New Zealand First, ACT, you know, very pro deregulation, even when it comes to drug enforcement and stuff like that. So they know they can get that kind of stuff across the line with ACT support. So yeah.
Oh, absolutely. No, yeah, and I mean it's good. I also, Starford's reminded me of the Good Samaritan bill, which was Kahu's other bill that was pulled out of the
That
biscuit
was the
tin.
one I was trying to think of.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
Yep.
So yeah, bill. I mean the Greens, and I mean Tam was a huge part of the stalking one. So
yeah, because I think they had ACT support the Good Samaritan bill, I believe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, ACT are libertarian, so like same way we both like technically me and ACT have the same position on cannabis, you know.
Yeah, but like, you know, it's
we hit on some of these places.
It's smart the MP putting that into the bin, into the biscuit tin to get drawn out, because they know, hey, this is probably something that these guys will go for.
Well, yeah, because you don't need much, because like they are, you know, the majority that National and all them hold isn't a huge. So if you get all the ACT votes, like that's.
And that's what I mean when I say smart politics. Like sometimes you got to be fucking strategic, and that's
absolutely.
Anyway, we're dwelling on this a bit. We need to get out.
Well, we're going to our final good news story of the night before we get into the fun.
Yay.
New Rotorua Cafe will operate fully in Te Reo Māori.
This is a horrible news. This is an attack on my culture. How am I supposed to go into this cafe and order a coffee? Oh,
you mean a cafe?
Yeah. A cafe? What?
Yeah, because that's so like coffee is cafe, just like kapu tea is cup of tea. So, you know, the actual transliteration that we have for some of the items, not so great.
This is the work agenda gone rampant.
A Rumaki cafe is something that will really help, because like I've talked about a little bit, especially on BHN, about the importance of your language landscape. So that includes signage, facilities, all of these things. And I think by having a place where people can go that they can practice and also just maintain their reo, because you know it can be very hard to maintain a language, especially if you don't have a lot of people in your sphere that speak that language as well. So yeah, it's just really awesome to see. I can't say I'm surprised that Aotearoa were the first ones to do it. Actually, where is this? I was like, what street's this on? I can't recognize from this close up. But oh wait, no, actually I do know where it is. Never mind.
I wouldn't have a clue.
Oh, yeah, no, my mum's friend used to work in this building. I just remembered. Yeah, it's on Fenton Street. So it's also super central. Like, this is
Fenton,
right in the middle of all of the good stuff. You could say there's a Valentine's on Fenton Street, right?
Okay.
But yeah, there's not much to it. It's just, hell yeah, this is awesome. Like, toi toi te reo Māori. Mean. We have some meme news. That's right, we do actually have meme news. I forgot we actually have some memes.
That's
meme news
right.
tonight.
Well, so I think it was last week the government declassified a lot of its UFO. The US government declassified like all its. I'm not sure if it was all, but a lot of its UFO videos and stuff. So I thought we could just take a little look at the creepy UFOs for a bit.
Also, my God, it played the music so loud when it auto-played. That was why I was making a funny face.
Don't worry,
it's
like royalty free. It's
getting this. Oh, okay, it is royalty free swag.
Yeah, it's classical.
Still so loud. What the fuck?
Yeah, we don't need it really. Oh, what was that?
What was that? What was
that? Look, things don't just fly around in the Middle East like that, okay?
Are you sure?
What's that?
Oh, it's the tiny dot. Okay,
What's that little dot thing?
Let's go back in case people can't actually figure out where they are, because valid. Okay, so see that little? Did we see that little black rectangle? Cool. Okay.
That was an alien.
And then this one is so just to the right. Well, I'd say northeast. You got this tiny little dot.
You know, it looks like one of those little squiggles on your eye when you try to look at it. It just keeps moving away. It kind of looks like that, honestly, just on the camera.
Those are a symptom of a migraine, by the way.
No, they're not.
They can be.
I mean, so good smelling burnt hair. Wait, no, that's a stroke.
Yeah, I was gonna say the wrong one. Tiny little dot. Okay, what are we looking at here?
Man running. I don't even know what we're seeing here.
Oh, wait, no. Yeah, no, I caught it. Hold on, let's go back.
What was that?
Oh, no, I went too far. Okay, so we're going to look in the top right-hand corner, Fano. And, oh my God, it goes very quick. I can't pause on it.
No.
If you missed it.
Bird, that was far too quick for a bird. That's not a bird.
I actually wish that was a bird.
I mean, what could that be?
This is so dumb.
I know. It's just like artifact. It's probably like a bit of pollen or some shit.
Literally. Or like, you know, when you get the screen glare on something? Like the lens glare? Yeah, like if you just, it looks like it could be just a glare reflecting off something almost.
That one actually did just look like a bird, honestly.
Yeah, that looks like they're going very fast.
I don't think any of this is evidence of aliens.
No. I'm just like, is it just
that just
dots?
looked like a drone, honestly.
Yeah, no, I'm assuming most of these probably will be drones.
Okay,
or
no,
something
that one.
like that.
This one's pretty. That must be an alien.
Wasn't it one of those little weather balloons?
No, it's an alien.
Weather balloons? Oh, yeah, fair enough. I mean, I believe in aliens. I just don't believe that this is the evidence of them.
Alright.
It's just dots. Dots all the way through.
Oh, there's a halo. It's not a glare, it's a halo. What could that be? That might be like the beam that's like sucking people up into the spaceship. That's what I think that was.
It's just a really hot bird.
Anyway, this is like 8 minutes. We're not gonna
just a flying roasted chicken. So well, actually, it's funny because I have a meme news that kind of flows really well into your
that was just like the latest distraction that the Trump administration's tried to release to, I don't know, distract from all their other failings.
Yeah, I mean, they try. They really.
I'm sure if
try.
our government could do that kind of stuff, they would too.
Yeah, they're not. Our government's not good enough.
No.
We're a meme.
Here we have an unidentified tractor.
Can you identify this toaster?
It's a conspiracy.
That's gonna go down in fucking history if I have anything to do with it. It is the funniest fucking joke. Oh my God.
Do you know this toaster?
This one that I'm putting in, I mean, I put it in meme just because there is a funny element, even if it is kind of serious, but.
Town of Izum, which is now almost entirely under anti-drone nets. It's surreal. You drive into the town and all the roads are like this one, covered in nets. The nets cover every street and sidewalk and many of the buildings. They may look low-tech, but the tough nylon netting can stop FPV or first-person view drones because their propellers get tangled in it. The remotely piloted FPV drones use a camera to home in on their targets. They have completely transformed the front line and the way this
so
war
it's
is
like in
being
Ukraine
fought.
or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I thought that was just supposed to be like some British town for a second.
Oh, no,
like,
it said the town name in Ukraine in the top right-hand corner. My apologies.
I missed that. My bad.
Officials told us around 80% of casualties on the front line are now caused by drones. The Russians are also using FPV drones to terrorize civilians in frontline towns. They chase vehicles and even people in what are called human safaris. Officials in Izum decided to act before the drones arrived. With the nets overhead, people are able to go about their daily lives somewhat normally. Some locals say the nets make them feel safer, but others say they're a scary reminder of how the front line is moving closer. Izum already spent 6 months under Russian occupation during the first year of the war. Many of its beautiful 19th century buildings lie in rubble or are pockmarked with shell holes. Hundreds of civilians were killed. 68-year-old Vadim Ilyenko is a pensioner. He lived in his basement when the Russians were here, a dark time he'd rather not talk about. No one wants to live under Russian occupation again.
This is like
the highway.
A very rudimentary energy shield or something.
Yeah. Honestly, like...
Raise the shields.
It's so surreal to see, and that's why I was just like... But also an unfortunate reality for some people. But hey, I'm glad that old man feels safe enough to come out of his fucking basement, because ain't nothing worse than putting baby in a corner. But now we get time to cleanse.
Yay!
We're finally out of all of the
but
news.
I'm exhausted.
Nah, that's Sophia. Oh, dogs.
Yeah, it's a
I love
a babysitter German Shepherd.
Oh, how sweet.
Oh, look at that.
That is, I just want to lie down on this ground right now. Just let me be a part of this. Oh, how sweet. Little babies. See, like, these are the children I want.
I love how dogs play with other dogs like we play with dogs.
Yeah. Just go on. Except they're actually surprisingly quiet compared to how humans vocalize at dogs. Which maybe that goes to show we're doing it for ourselves. We could just run around going...
Yeah, put the Dobermans in charge. Yeah,
hell yeah. Right. Oh, we got more dog goodness.
Yeah, we got some more dogs. This dog plays hacky sack or something. No. They keeping the ball in the air.
Oh, yeah.
And the dog's fucking good.
Hell yeah, brother. Damn.
Like, it just knows the game.
He's like, this ain't my first fucking rodeo. Also, the sound of the ball hitting them sounds kind of hilarious.
That dog's so good.
I know, right? Much better than I would be.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Since you're not allowed to use your hands. The butt one. I feel like that dog could just do this all day.
Yeah, dog won.
Hell yeah. Point dog. And what kind of dog is this?
This is a bear that thinks it's getting a hug.
Aww.
Yeah. It's just getting measured, but it thinks it's getting a hug, so it hugs.
I'm sorry. Are you telling me this man is trying to measure a beer using a metal fucking...
Yeah, not like the ones...
Literally this... Oh my god, we have measuring tapes, like the soft fabric.
Maybe they're too short.
Bitch, they can fit around me and bigger. You can make them to size. You can literally get a piece of string. You don't even need to use it. You can get a piece of string, wrap it around, and then you put that... Oh, come on. This shouldn't bother me, but it really does. Ah! My autism is mad.
Stop trying to hug me. This man's cold.
That caused me physical pain to watch. I know it shouldn't bother me, but it does.
This is supposed to make you happy. Well, how about this one? Here we got another beer.
This makes me happy. Yeah. This makes me very happy.
So it's like a farmer gave the polar bear like its favorite food.
Oh, it's a pumpkin.
It's a pumpkin. So
oh, cute.
Polar bear is just having the best time eating a pumpkin.
Oh, that's the most adorable face. Wow, that's a big fucking pumpkin.
I know, right?
Damn. They really went all out for him. Like, it was the treat.
No human could eat this.
Turtle?
Yeah, we got a turtle. Oh, yeah, so apparently this is how This is a turtle mating ritual. This is what they do to try and attract a mate.
Is this what autistic people do
I mean,
too?
maybe.
We just like go off and... Are we turtles?
Yeah, should I try this?
Because also a lot of autistic people will go into their shell being like, "Why are you touching me?"
Oh, did he get rejected?
Oh,
I'm not sure.
He was about. I think he was about.
Or
to
he was
hop
about to
on
go
top,
down.
not
They gave
gonna
him
lie.
privacy. There was a pull on the
Yeah,
curtain.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I think they cut it short
Good
so
on
that
you,
we
bud.
could. Yeah,
You
you
fucking
know.
got some.
Right,
Happy
get that
for you.
ass.
Yeah. Speaking of turtles, we got this is just
Oh my god, a
Yeah.
celebration!
194-year-old tortoise just
Fuck.
congratulating Sir Edinburgh for Sir David.
Wow,
Attenborough.
he's like, hey,
100.
nice, getting 100.
You're
Did he-
100, huh?
That's
Yeah.
right. I remember being 100. Oh, it almost feels like
those
100 years
days.
ago.
I hope
Oh,
that's his house. I hope they gave the turtle a mansion.
I mean, surely.
I mean, if they gave him like back in the like 200 years ago, if they opened a bank account for him like $2. Imagine what
Yeah.
like the interest he would have got on that.
Oh yeah, massive. I have no idea. Do we need sound? Probably. I'm going to...
I don't think so.
We'll see.
This is a man's world.
Mood. Honestly though, this I need to take that back because the blurry owl is such a fit. Like that is so me when I wake up. Oh. Oh, Anki.
Oh.
That was cute. Oh yes. This is the one I put in.
Okay.
Because it's
Show me
pretty
what you got.
great.
Show me what you got.
It needs the sound too, sorry. I fucking love dolphins.
This is real.
Yeah, it's real.
Oh my god, what? That's
I mean,
crazy.
yeah, I mean, dolphins.
How'd they get the dolphins wigging out like that? They're having a great
I
time.
mean, it's pretty easy to teach animals how to do stuff once you know how to train animals. It's surprisingly easy. It's mostly just Pavlovian conditioning. Also, I mean, dolphins are also a special species. Like they will molest someone or something. So you know, like everyone has that that person, and there's this, they do though. They also use pufferfish to get high. Anyway.
Oh, dope. This is, I guess, the Spanish version
I think I've seen
of that.
This. Wow, yeah, this one's more for hate though. This
Yeah,
is
I know.
to stop the thing. Yes, no, I've
This is
seen
their
this. I've seen
shield.
this.
So I just
Yes,
thought this was
yes.
neat. This looks
I saw
so
a
cool,
video.
especially from underneath. Like, look
Oh
at
yeah,
that.
like stunning. Oh man, could you imagine taking it edible and just walking the streets?
Look how nice those fucking tiles are too. Like that street
Right.
is beautiful.
They also don't look like those horrible fucking like slip ones that get really slippery when the fucking rain comes.
I don't know. They might
that
be,
they
but it's
put-
also Spain. I don't feel like it rains too much in Spain. You know.
Actually, I don't know much about the climate in
I believe
Spain.
it's fairly dry, but it's in the mountains, so yeah, I don't think it rains that much, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Oh yeah, we're into our hot takes. Do we have a bumper for hot takes? We do. don't we?
We do have a bunch of hot takes.
Hell yeah,
actually,
let's fucking go.
That's the hottest sauce out there. I have a high tolerance for heat. It's interesting. Whew. I'm in extreme pain.
I'm just gonna start giving my hottest takes.
Oh yeah. So this one I came across. I think we'll agree with this. Oh fuck, if we can hear him.
Canceling their tours, Megan.
Why is Instagram doing?
I feel like the reason all these artists are canceling their tours, Meghan Trainor, Post Malone, etc., it's not because their music sucks. People will watch anything. It's the same reason why movie theaters are dying. It's the same reason why no one's having any kids. It's the same reason why no one will ever have a house. And it's because no one has any fucking money. Did we just forget that? Why is there always some think piece about, oh, why doesn't Gen Z want to do this? Why is Gen Z killing this industry? People want to have lives, they just can't because they don't have any fucking money. You think we want to live like this? You think we want to own nothing and all we have is maybe a little subscription here and there and eat like shit? No! That's all we can do! You just strangle us our whole lives and you're like, why aren't you breathing? Why don't you want to breathe? What? You're doing this! You're charging more for everything, but you're not paying more. This whole country is just a couple greedy billionaires going, give me more. But it's not enough, because it'll never be enough. They want you to love them too. Oh, look, I'm at the Met Gala. Aren't I cool? Fuck you! You're the reason that we're in this shit! You're the reason that we can't go to concerts, and we can't go out, and we can't start a family, and we can't own a home. But thank fucking God that we get to see you in a shitty dress and your bald-ass head on the red carpet. So excuse me for not paying $300 to go see Meghan Trainor. I'm sure she's fine. I'm sure she's a great performer. But I'm not gonna see it because I fucking can't! And I don't want to.
I feel like that was a heated exchange, one-way exchange. Fuck, he went off, but no, I agree.
But he spoke bars.
Yeah,
like...
I don't think I've been to any like festival or concert like since before COVID. I don't think.
No one's going. That's why the festivals are dying.
Yeah,
like, yeah. I mean, it's 100% correct. Like, actually, funnily enough, when me and Biblio went to this economic discussion with Chloe, one of the things she kind of put out there of like, you know, how do we combat fascism and all these things, and she was like, a big thing is that we need to be actually hanging out with people, touching grass, going like, you know, having things. And kind of the discussion I was having afterwards, I was like, that is all fair and well, but it's increasingly harder and harder these days to do literally anything without at least a small amount of money, whether that be money for transport, maybe money to pay a little bit to go to somewhere to be able to have, you know, a social event. Like, I've been kind of thinking about maybe seeing if I could start doing some events using the library now that it's open and some of the community rooms and stuff like that. But it's so hard to like actually just do anything, like, other than maybe, I think that's why things like D&D are becoming one of the biggest fucking things that a lot of young people are doing, because that is actually pretty easy to do for free.
Yep. Yeah.
You can get all of the resources online. A lot of people will just play online, so they don't have to leave their house. They've got all the resources they need, and they can have a fun time with their friends.
Yeah.
But like, you can't even really do that going into town and playing D&D anymore because no one could afford to do it. So now the place that did it closed down. Like, it's really hard.
Last night it was fucking $15 just for a pint. You know, like
what?
Yeah. 15, yeah.
That should be illegal. I'm a pint.
I remember when I was a student in like Wellington, jugs were like $10. You know, you go get
actually jugs is $12 still in Wellington if you go to the right
they
places.
Still do good jugs prices.
Well, yeah, they have $12. I mean, to be fair, I would say that it's because it must be their own like home.
It's usually
brand
shitty house beer.
Yeah, it is a house beer.
They used to have house beer, but then a lot of the time it was getting replaced by like the other mass manufactured, like Wild Buck and stuff. Where
Yeah. I remember when they used to put a lot of deals on Wild Bucks at the bar I used to go to. But and I mean, do you know what I saw that was crazy and actually also made me want to vomit? One of the bars in town, I was like, oh, $6. What's that for? For a fucking vodka cruiser. Fucking hate
and that's a
vodka
fucking
cruisers.
oxymoron, because a lot of these guys, like, they'll talk about, like, especially in like Auckland City and stuff, they talk about like, we need a better facility for these international performances. We don't get enough international performances coming here because they don't come because you know. But I'm like, like, even if we get them, no one could fucking afford to go to those things. You know, like, why are we trying to build these things around getting like international fanfare over here? Where it was like, we should be supporting like our own industry and our own artists as like, yeah. I don't know.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, I just highlighted Scruff's comment. As a millennial, does this mean we are no longer being blamed for killing industry? No, Scruffador. It's still our fault for coffee and avocado on toast. And it probably will be until they can blame Gen Z instead of us. So
I think they're blaming Gen Z as well now because Gen Z is
I have noticed. Well, yeah, they're drinking less alcohol. They're also facing higher and higher rates of unemployment. I mean, I also feel bad. Like, we're paying the price for so many poor decisions before us, and I think all of us collectively just want to scream. I have one more hot take that I wasn't sure if you want me to play, but I can. So you know how we're now talking about your astrology. I got another one
That's right.
now.
I'm Aries. That's my excuse.
Yeah,
to be an
you're an
asshole
Aries, and that's your. Like, anytime you do something wrong, it's because you're an Aries. But this one is slightly different. But this is about sibling birth order.
Okay.
And the nuances that can come.
Order, but my favorite thing to talk about is sibling birth order qualifiers. Because you have only child, oldest, middle, baby, right? But there's a lot of other things that play into you being the way that you are. For example, anytime a girl tells me that she is always going to be the oldest child when she's actually the youngest, I always ask her if she's the youngest of two and her oldest brother is a boy. And almost always she'll say yes. And I'll say, yeah, you're the youngest, but you're the eldest daughter. And being the baby of the family, being the eldest daughter are two very different roles. The other thing I love to talk about is when somebody is the baby of the family versus being the baby by a lot. Because if your next oldest sibling from you is like 5 to 7 years older than you, then like you grew up essentially as an only child, but like worse. Because you have all the attention and the privileges of an only child, but your parents are both tired and experienced enough to know exactly what will and won't kill you. So you have everything, and you are also allowed to do everything. And you don't just have your parents taking care of you, you also have all of your other siblings taking care of you. One of my best friend's youngest sisters is the youngest by like 5 years. And then after me and all of my siblings had moved out, she moved into my parents' house. So she's not just the baby by a lot of her family, she's also the baby by a lot of my family. And she is in fact the
Double
supreme
baby.
ruler of both homes. But if you're younger by a lot than your siblings, but then you also have another sibling who's also younger than you're not the baby by a lot, you're a second batch baby. And this is different because when you have an entire second batch of kids in your family, like
like in my family, we have that. We have the first batch, which is me and my brother to my mum, and then we have my 2 other brothers to my stepmom. But there's also big age gaps in between each kid as well, except for my baby brother and the oldest of the second batch. They were a lot closer, but yeah.
The birth order basically resets. The only thing that's different between a first batch baby and a second batch baby is who you see as your parents. Because if you're a second batch baby, your siblings, they're also your parents. Anyways, I could talk all day about this. Is there any...
But yeah, that was just a fun little conversational piece that I think I tend to agree with pretty much most of the points she pointed out as qualifiers, personally.
I mean, she gave a lot, and my brain's very slow right now.
That's fair. It's a lot to take in, especially if you don't think. I think about this type of stuff a lot. No, I don't think about this.
So, all I think about is all the memes that my mum sends me about me being the middle child. She's like,
oh yeah, that's right. You're a middle baby.
I am the middle baby.
I forget about that. Are you both your siblings relatively close in age to you?
3 years apart, equally both ways.
Wow, your mum was very efficient.
She was, they must have had a holiday they did every 3 years or something. I don't know.
What? That was hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. That was one of the best jokes I've heard out of you.
Really? Oh,
nah.
That was
just really funny. That was just really funny. All right. Do we want to do extra takes?
Yeah, we'll do the first one because that was.
All right.
This one I did kind of vibe with, just the title.
I have been seeing a lot of stuff along this kind of line.
Yeah.
Do you want me to?
Yeah, you go.
Yeah, I was either gonna make it bigger or
no, don't read the whole thing. Just read the title.
Just title? Okay. I'm so fucking sick of every mental health professional, be it psychiatrist and psychologist or therapist, treating depression and anxiety as a personal problem instead of a normal response to the world that we're living in.
I vibe with that so fucking hard.
It's become because that's the thing. It's become a much more prevalent conversation in general. Because while I still do think that depression and anxiety are very much real things, I think the increase in the amount of people who are getting diagnosed with it, they often go to depression, anxiety because they just can't be bothered trying to do any further like deep dives. Like I got the typical when I was, a teenager, I got the fucking depression, the anxiety, a couple of other ones they chucked in there. And honestly, the whole time it was just autism and ADHD. That's really all it was just a lack of, a lot of that anxiety came from not understanding myself, not understanding why things were happening the way they were, why I couldn't, even I got diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. If you look at the fucking symptoms for borderline personality disorder, but you look at them through a lens of this person probably was autistic or ADHD, it's really just a slightly misinterpreted version of the autistic diagnostic
I always thought you
criteria.
were psycho. You know?
I mean, you can be both, all right? Don't limit yourself. And that's the thing is, like, I used to... Like, when I found out that I was autistic, there was a lot of dysregulation and emotion that started to make sense to me. There was a lot of... It also meant that there was a lot of, I guess, signs that I was not noticing and recognizing that I am now getting a lot better at recognizing earlier so that I can kind of stop myself before it gets too bad. I mean, I still get fucking depressed and fucking anxious, but again, I think it is very fair. Like, no one can afford anything. Like that guy was just saying, we can't afford to do anything. We're basically stuck in our houses on the internet, which is in some ways kind of part of the problem in some aspects, because again, we've not been taught how to be good internet citizens, which is something that I've heard conversations about as well.
Also, COVID depression, that was a big thing
Oh.
as well. That got me.
And we've just moved on from it like it didn't happen, as if it's not still got major effects and is still here.
Well, because for most people, it was the isolation. It wasn't the isolation for me. As a natural introvert, I was loving the isolation. It was the failings of humanity. That whole thing got me down. Like, oh, we just suck and we can't do anything right. It was kind of like that, basically. That's where my depression, my COVID depression came from.
Oh, yeah, no. And I mean, like, I personally really did not deal well with COVID myself. Because while I'm not a huge fan of, like, being, you know, I guess the most crazy social, for me, I love a good window shop. I love just being able to walk around, look at things, observe them, not necessarily interact with them too heavily, and then just go home. You know, like, that's a good day to me. Fucking one of the best days I've ever had has just been driving around and listening to music and going to, you know, some beautiful flowers. Like, but I think, it's something that we're not really able... I think there's so much going on as well, is that we don't get the time and space to evaluate these things more in-depthly. There's just so much coming at you that it's like, how can you really stay on top of everything when it's just this constant barrage?
Anyway, memes. Oh, and by the way, Big Ol' V, I was not the peacemaker. Oh, I guess I kind of was the peacemaker in the fact that I was the punching bag. As the middle child, I was the one that was ganged up on. The two siblings conspired
Yeah, I
against
guess
me.
the oldest and the youngest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Also, jump scare warning. It's fucking Erica Kirk.
But I did
picture
vibe with
gets
this one.
me.
I was like, yeah, there was a time in my life when I didn't know who Erica Kirk was, and I really took that for granted.
Oh, yeah. I mean... Nah, I won't say it. Never mind. I'm not going to say my personal feelings about this right now.
Maybe
I'm
you
going
can
to
say
keep
it
that
later.
to myself. I'll tell you
Off-air.
after, maybe, if I remember. Assuming I don't forget before that point. Steph, why don't you ever hang out with us? I'm autistic. You didn't specifically... Shut up! I feel attacked! Fuck you!
I kind of get this one too. So this is another tick marker in, I guess, the
This one
autistic
makes
box
me
for me.
sad.
Because I am like this. I am like this. You gotta
See,
invite
this is
me.
No, but the reason it makes me sad is because, like, it wasn't, again, until I got this adult realization of autism that I realized, oh, maybe I was invited to stuff I thought people were leaving me out of. I just didn't know I was being invited because they'd just talk about it to me. They wouldn't be like, oh, you know, like, you came to come, it's at this, like, you know, they'd talk about it and I'd be like, well, I'm not going to fucking invite myself. Same way Pat gave me shit for not going and see him on his fucking honeymoon. I'm like, you didn't invite me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Oh.
For me, I don't know. Again, it could still be like a depression thing. Like it's a validation thing for me. It's like, hey, I want to feel wanted. Less like.
Oh no, for sure. And I mean, it's nice to have. I think we talked a little bit about uncertainty before the show. It's about having that clarity, because I'm the same. Like, for me, a lot of my anxiety stems from uncertainty. It's that same way when someone's like, "Hey, can we have a talk later?" and then you go, oh, cool, I'm just going to have a fucking panic attack from now till then.
Oh,
Thank
shit.
you. Which Pat did to me on the weekend. He's like, can we have a call at 8 p.m.? I was like, first of all, I'll be watching The Collective. Nah, it was that Twitter thing. But yeah, I feel attacked by this meme, and I don't appreciate this. Nah, it's all right. It's not going to break up the band.
Hold on. I knocked over a plant in the kitchen, but my cat saw me, so I had to spray myself with water so I could show the law applies to everyone.
Wow, I love that. That's the weirdest assertion of kind of dominance, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Fear
also
is fear.
submission.
I'm not above the law.
That's very autistic of them.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
This is not the penis museum. Go back to the, I can't even pronounce that, the street.
Laugvagö.
Yeah, it's somewhere in like Sweden or something. Turn left and walk 20 meters. It will be on the same side. You can't miss it. It has a big penis logo. Imagine you're constantly being mistaken
man.
for the Iceland. There you go. Constantly
That's fucking
mistaken
hilarious.
for the penis museum.
Oh, actually, this next one comes from my own Snapchat. This is the actual sign at the bar that had the $12 jugs. It says Fijian drug versus Waratahs, 4:20 p.m. And I feel like whoever wrote that did that on purpose. Oh God.
Oh yeah. This
I
will get me a
hate this
chuckle.
already.
Okay. Raised by Kamala, raised by Trump. Both of these people would give me $300 a gram.
It's so true though. Like, I remember the first time I bought weed off like a rich white kid. Fuck, it was weird. He had the fanciest car, and he was so white and so young. It was crazy.
I wish I could
in Minecraft,
afford
of course.
$300 a gram. This damn economy.
What are you buying if it's $300
I
a
don't
gram
know.
though? That's my concern. I mean, MDMA.
I'm buying
I
a
guess.
good night, apparently.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know.
You better hope
I'm not
for that money.
Oh yes, our king did his Met Gala outfit, which I think we will all appreciate.
Oh whoa!
Right?
He's the fucking
Absolutely
toilinator.
fucking slay. But also fuck the Met Gala. I love it. I fucking love BB No Money. He's the best. Well, this seems like a sound on kind of.
Oh yeah, I mean this one already had questions like why did they order this many noodles?
So Walmart sent me one noodle.
No.
In each box. Every one of those is one noodle. That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life, bro. Like, what are my neighbors gonna think? You know?
Are you fucking
Look, we're halfway unloaded. This is insane. And poor Ian, he just happened to be here.
I think I'm just feeling extra autistic tonight because I'm just mad at the waste of resources, the amount of fuel and petrol and people's time
Capitalism
and boxes.
is so efficient.
Eat my ass!
The efficiency of capital, they will recognize it's more efficient to send these individually in a box for some reason.
That just makes me angry. At least do what Temu do and put them in bags.
Maybe
you
it's a tax
fucking
write-off.
monster. I just hate all of this. I hate it. I hate it. I don't want to watch any more of it.
No, we don't need to watch the entire
Good.
fucking 2 minutes. I don't think I
God.
watched the entire 2 minutes. I
mean, I could understand needing to order that many pool noodles. You know, you might be doing some craft. You might be fucking
Maybe.
organizing a pool party. I don't
yeah,
fucking
I don't
know.
know.
Like, you can actually do a lot with pool noodles, to be fair. I actually quite like watching the creativity people do with pool noodles. It's quite fun. Oh my god, I've seen this video. This is so funny.
It was
Holy
so
shit.
fucking funny.
This, if you haven't seen this, guys, you're in for a fucking treat. This is one of the best videos on the internet right now.
This is a robbery. Okay.
Sit down.
Okay.
This is a robbery.
This is me trying to rob someplace.
There's a robbery.
Very teacher energy.
doing? What are you doing?
I love how she starts panicking.
I did
like,
not
oh no.
mean to do that.
What are you doing? The owner in the back room.
The robbery.
Yeah, the owner in the back room.
But the
owner in the back room, run!
All right, owner's in the back room. Wait a minute. That's so fucking good. Where's the owner?
Oh man, I had to do that in normal speed too because holy crap. Like, I gotta be honest, when fucking bro was like, he's in the back, go in the back. I was like, I almost just imagined like this speech fucking, what is it? Elder Scrolls, like speech improvement coming up because bro used mad persuasion.
I know. Yeah.
Just these are not the droids you were looking
I
for.
would have locked her in there too. That would have been smart.
Yeah, you probably did actually. Now that you mention it, and I imagine I don't know if there'd be a back door that she would have been able to get out of, but at least would have given them time to get the fucking cops to come get. I just love the
maybe he just took it as the opportunity to run the fuck out and
right
call someone.
Just
I did like the title
the
of this
robbery.
too. Yeah,
Oh,
she's
what was
so lost and confused.
yeah, bro gave her a side quest for real.
Yeah,
honestly,
it's like a fucking GTA side quest.
I just love how confused she is. She's like, the robbery. It's like, no.
But no, it's not. You're supposed to give me the money.
No, these are not the droids you were looking for.
Oh, this guy was so good.
I have
this
not
guy's
seen
doing
this.
an Obama impression.
Oh, you're American.
Oui.
Welcome.
Folks,
fuck.
I am
Barack Obama.
reminded of the great words of our founding fathers.
Make une folie.
We, the people, in order to form a more perfect union, provide for the common defense, do ordain, I'm not finished, do ordain this Constitution for the United States of America. Thank you.
Something about my brain, like it just can't register. Yeah, you stop it there.
That is terrifying.
I don't know. This like it's like
it's too good.
It's like an optical illusion. It's like your brain's just not like where's Obama?
It's kind of like when you see a radio presenter that you've never seen before actually speak, or like a voice actor that you never knew like speak, except it had an added layer of. It felt like I'm like, is this racist? I'm like, I don't know how to feel about this. This is confusing me. Leave me alone. Why are you doing this to me tonight? Oh, all right. Where are we going? Oh, that's right. Okay, this one's my one. This one's pretty funny. Oh, can I refresh? Refresh.
What do you call a black man on the moon? An astronaut, you fucking racist.
So good.
What do you call a gay man driving a bus? I don't know. By his name, you homophobe. Why do lesbians shop at Sports Authority? Because they don't like dicks. Oh my god!
This is giving me the same. This is how we treat, like me and my siblings treat my mom. We just rip the fucking.
I love that. I love that. Your poor mother.
9-volt battery and a
she
butthole
deserves
have
it.
in common.
Shouldn't have raised us.
You know you're not supposed to put your tongue on it, but you still do.
Oh, stop. That one's pretty good.
Hey, Mom. How do you know you're at a gay picnic? All the hot dogs taste like shit.
No, Brian. No, Brian.
That's actually.
Oh yes. Now we're on to some of our extra memes.
Yeah, we got some extras. This was just like, apparently your iPhone now knows when you're naked.
I mean, it probably
FaceTime.
always knew, but yeah.
FaceTime
I mean,
like recognizes it.
to be fair, you know what happened to me the other day? I got sent, so at the meme submission party, they sent me home with the leftovers because they didn't want to take them. And I had like a bag of chips that I hadn't bought in a long time either. Got a fucking ad for that bag of chips. Because obviously it saw it through my fucking camera. Duh. Like, they're always watching and listening. I just talk to them directly. I just say, fuck you.
Obey.
Like, I just, every now and then I'll just look at my camera or look at, like, talking to my mic and just, or I'll tell them what I want them to show me because I'll just be like, give me more of this.
I'm the kind of person that looks at the camera and I always, like, just give it a, like, you know, give it
I
a
see
wink.
you.
Yeah. I know I'm on camera.
You got time for
how long is this?
2 minutes.
No, we
Or
probably
we
don't
can
have
pick a
time,
different.
really.
Yeah.
Just do this last one because you
Last
get the
one?
point of it, yeah, and then we'll finish up for the night. But because this one is pretty impressive. Not that one.
Oh, that was the last one.
No, it wasn't. You skipped one. Skip the Epstein one.
Oh, that's not the last one. That's the second to last one. Duh.
The penultimate then.
Me.
Sorry.
Oh, I've seen this.
Yeah, so this is
I have seen this.
all
This is awesome.
The Epstein files printed out.
In one, and well, all the Epstein files we have so far.
Yeah,
because it's
so
only
far.
2%. It's only 2%. We need to remember this. Only
Of the released
2%.
Epstein files in one place, more than 3.5 million pages printed and bound into books inside the Donald J. Trump and Jeffrey Epstein Memorial Reading Room.
DOJ didn't follow the law, right? They failed to redact names and identifying information of survivors and victims, and they did redact names of co-conspirators. So each of these is about 5 pounds. If you take all 3,437 volumes, it weighs about 17,000 pounds. So if we read for 24 hours and we cover 2 pages a minute, we will read about 3 of these books. This much, this, and this. That's 24 hours of reading. So in order to get through all of these books, we would need to read for more than a year. What we wanted to do in the middle of all of this evidence of crimes, provide a way for us to think about and center the victims. We have 1,400 points of light, one to represent each one of the victims and survivors. We put together these 3 timelines.
This is
the
sick. I want a
Jeffrey
PDF
Epstein
of this.
timeline across the top, which are all of his allegations. The Donald Trump timeline along the bottom, which are all of his allegations and crimes. In the middle, all of the times that they were together. I think what you see here is that these 2 men lived remarkably similar lives, which makes sense because they were friends for decades. The difference is one of them died in prison and the other one is the president of the United States. What we hope for and what we hope to advocate for is to have...
Talk about being the one that got thrown under the fucking bus.
Oh, yeah, that sucks.
I mean, hey, to be fair, if you're riding a pedophile bus, I guess you do kind of deserve to get thrown under it. I just wish he took Trump with him. That would have been nice.
Probably end it there, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say, way to bring the mood back.
Yeah, I know.
Good,
but it's a nice thing. They're doing it like
no,
to
yeah, and
the
I think
victims,
again,
so.
it kind of goes back to some of the conversations we had earlier tonight of like these are things that need to be, the actual stuff that happens to women needs to be more specifically talked about and legitimized and all of these fucking things. So. Also, I tried to find some to show you, but it was taking too long. Okay. I'll send some big titty goth girls into the group chat later, probably.
But we can go out on an artist that I heard last night who was from Aotearoa. They said, "Is anyone from Aotearoa, Dunedin?" And I went, "Woo!" And I was the only one in the club that did it.
But I did have one for us in the thing, but we can play that next week.
To her. It's Paradox Princess. She's
not on Spotify. Don't play it on Spotify.
Why not?
Because Spotify.
Where else am I going to play it?
Oh, is she not anywhere else?
Maybe. I don't know. This is the only place I found her. Anyway.
What was her name again?
Paradox Princess. I wish her mixing was a bit better though. Can't really understand the words. Oh wait, no, let's do this one. This one I liked.
Jesus Christ.
Alright, thank you everyone for joining us tonight. I I might be in BHN voice chat later on if anyone wants to join. Yeah, we'll see you over at the BHN live stream. Thank you very much.
And I'll be on BHN tomorrow.
Made a deal with the suckers to make it out. Nobody listens to rapping about these bigots, cause nothing has changed. They throw pig on my dick and say that I'm the one strange. You really think you look like you're from the island? Chasing to my summit 24/7 with the wristband. Happiness for my day, you don't even pretend. Face for look and take you right off into the deep end. Oh no, you make me sad like watching Dancer in the dark. Finna hit the void on this 5 iron bark. Wait, you make me sad like watching Dancer in the dark. Finna hit the void on this 5 iron bark. Wait, let that land tears roll. Relegation that takes control. Put your hand that you got no soul. Put your hand that you got no soul. Let that land no tears roll. Relegation that takes control. Put your hand that you got no soul. Put your hand that you got no soul. Wait a minute, this goes out to the anarchists out there. Free Palestine, 2 motherfucker.